Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Hi, my name is... What? My name is...
What name?
Are you telling me you built a time machine? What, a DeLorean?
Throwback Thursday. What's the problem? Yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Throwback Thursday.
I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Bueller.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Ned Ryerson.
Two in the box. Ready to go. We be fast and they be slow.
It's Throwback Thursday with Covino and Rich.
Well, let's have a look at the replay. William, move your head. Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding, it's like an orange on a toothpick.
You gotta give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. It's a virtual planetoid. Has its own weather system. Heed, move.
Bring in the paper.
All right, hen. Heed, paper, no. Move that melon of yours and get the paper if you can. Hauling that gargantuan cranium about. I'm not kidding, that boy's head's like Sputnik. Spherical, but quite pointy in parts. Well, that was offside, wasn't it? He'll be crying himself to sleep tonight on his huge pillow.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Don't mind if I do.
Covino and Rich. Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about it on the radio.
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball! I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. It's gonna show. Here we go.
Covino and Rich.
Let's go.
Hey, good day, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
And as the feedback says, let's make it a good one.
Throwing it back on a Thursday. Trying to read that feedback. Steve Covino, Rich Davis, Spotty's here. What's up, Spot?
Man.
You're no longer the man on the moon? Are you the man of La Mancha?
Not on Throwback Thursdays.
Oh, it's a Throwback Thursday. We threw it back to Mike Myers. You're who?
I'm the Terminator.
Oh, cool. Mike Myers, we said, is underrated and underappreciated.
Head!
And honestly, as much as I love Mike Myers, that's the only funny part of that movie.
Oh, get out of here.
Imho. We be rocking out. All right.
Head! It's like Sputnik. Head. Deep. Pants. Spot.
I love Mike Myers, and that was the only part of that movie I liked.
I wrote down two things. I'm not talking current movies. I'm not talking current TV shows. Eat my butt. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about old school stuff from our childhood. There's a lot of stuff I miss that you make fun of me for. But I feel like there's two things, it's probably more than that, but two things blaringly stand out that I can't believe a guy like you doesn't like. My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin and So I Married an Axe Murderer with Mike Myers. Especially since you love Wayne's World. It's so appropriate.
Yeah, he's so like...
I like Mike Myers, period.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't like it.
Really?
No. But
Harriet,
I didn't like Big Top Pee-wee.
Yeah, that was a sucky movie, though.
Yeah, well, so was that. It's not that great. You were probably just picking your nose and you were young and you thought it was good.
I
It's
didn't
not
say
good.
Covino, check out Love Guru. It's awesome.
I like Love Guru. Way better than that movie.
Like Love Guru.
I
better
did.
than So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yes.
I promise you're
need to
alone in this.
Rethink your life.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's just my honest opinion. You know, I didn't like it. But again, I just saw that movie in my adult years. I didn't experience it when I was a kid. It had zero impact or influence on me when it came out. So speaking of Mike Myers, on Lithium this weekend, I'm taking it back to 1992 for the 92 Lithium Barbecue 30 years ago when Wayne's World was the biggest thing going.
Are you playing this song?
I didn't think this was fun either.
Whoa!
Man.
Whoa! Man. She was a thief, you gotta believe. She stole my heart and my cat. Betty, Judy, Josie, and those hot pussycats.
Saturday morning. Girls of cartoons won't leave me in ruins. I want to be Betty's Barney. Hey, Jane, get me off this crazy thing called love.
Does nothing for me, man. You ever have a girl try to act sexy for you, but it does nothing for you?
Oh, yeah. That one time.
That's what this movie does for me.
I hooked up with an older woman. You know the story. I was in my 20s, and the girl, I didn't realize because she looked young.
Yeah.
I thought she was like my age.
Right.
She was like 35, and I was in my early 20s. And around her bed frame, she had like the see-through curtains like hanging on a big bed frame, and she was like, almost like dancing behind them and like trying to put on like a little sexy show. And I'm like, no, yo, 22-year-old me.
She put on Madonna, Justify My Love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm 23, maybe. I just want to bang. I don't need to be seduced.
We could tie both stories together right now. Hold on, Spot. We could tie both stories together.
Okay.
Hold on. It has to be on YouTube. Wayne and Garth did a bit with Madonna.
Of course.
To Justify My Love, and Garth is doing those sexy dances.
Yeah.
And Wayne is like, no, show right.
So when you picture or watch Mike Myers doing this, picture me as a horny 20-something-year-old, just thinking like, yo, let's get it on. And some girl starts doing some elaborate playing with the curtains,
Well,
being
the point
all
is,
sexy.
you have that feeling of, I'm supposed to be turned on right now, but I'm not. That's how I feel watching any of that movie. I love Mike Myers. I know it's supposed to be funny, but it just isn't to me. That's all.
You know,
it's just one of those things. No big deal. I love Mike Myers. Still one of my favorites.
There's two things that I feel like are supposed to turn me on and they don't. When a girl licks her own nipple. When some like girl big titties is like,
you've mentioned that.
For some reason, I'm like, why?
Sign me up.
To me, I'm like, that turns me on 0.0. And the other thing is, speaking of raunch, when we go to a strip club, it does nothing for me when a girl is a great acrobat on stage.
I don't give a diddly don't about
I'm
that.
sorry. You know who does? Women.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Wow, she spun around 8 times.
Oh, great job.
I mean, if they're terrible, I'm like, what are you doing?
But dude,
still,
I
I'm
remember,
not
I
impressed.
feel like Spot's into it.
What are you talking about?
The acrobatics at a strip club.
We went to a strip club
I'm with you
for
on that
one of
all
our
the way.
friends. We went to
I feel like you hit on something there. That's a comedy bit.
One
Right?
second, Spot. We went to a strip club on one of our friends' 40th birthdays, which is a long time ago because I think that guy's like 48 now. Scary Jones.
You call him Dr. Jones.
Scary Jones. A scary Jones. So our buddy Scary, I think he turned 40 at the time. And it's around the time when I was like only a few years into dating Sarah. And a few years into being with her. And I remember thinking, after party at the strip club. And we give each other a look like, all right, I guess we're going to the strip club together. I don't like to mix this business, but all right. And I'm at the strip club with Sarah and a big group of people. And some girl gets on stage and does like some Cirque du Soleil Ringling Brothers shit. And every guy's like, yeah, great. Every woman was like, oh my God, she's amazing. If I get a lap dance, I want her. And I'm like, what? Women care.
You're nailing it.
Guys don't care at all.
There's a comedy bit there. I don't give a...
When I tell you.
I don't care at all. Rat's ass, as the old people say.
When I
don't
tell
give a
you,
rat's ass
every
about
woman in our crew, like everyone's wife or girlfriend was like, she's amazing. In fact, they like started talking to this girl afterwards. And I'm like,
looking at it as an art form. You know?
Yeah, it's a beautiful expression of the female body.
Bro, it's
You know?
raunchy.
Yeah, you know what I can.
You're
You know
there
what?
for the raunch, not
When
for
she
the Cirque du Soleil
spirals
tricks.
up to the top, or when she climbs up to the top, right, the really tall pole.
If she was real talented, she'd be at Cirque du
And
Soleil.
She lets go and just goes shh, and then the sound of the skidding to the end and stopping right before she hits the ground.
Hear the same sound when a fat kid's going down the slide.
Something like that.
He burns his ass.
No, to me, it's like some.
Or she has one leg wrapped around and the other one's spinning, and she's just like slowly
It does nothing for me.
like a little spiral
I'm with you.
staircase.
Then when she's like clicking her fucking high
I give
heels, doing
it courtesy,
splits.
like, all right, on with the smut.
Yeah. Do your high heel click and
Come on,
do,
that's not what we're here for.
do a split. And
There's no place like hose.
the reality is,
Say the circus, let's go. Come on.
if I'm gonna be raunchy and get a lap dance,
What's she gonna do? A pogo stick next? Let's go.
There's no place like hose.
she breaks out the fucking skip it on stage.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're skillful. We can juggle. Come on.
If you're gonna be raunchy and get a lap dance, your criteria is going to be solely based on is she the hottest?
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with
I'm being a
she
jerk
did some
about it.
flippy
No,
dips.
But when
I agree with
but when
Rich.
you're usually when you're sitting around the stage and enjoying the show, you just appreciate the show. That's not the girl that you're going to get a dance with.
What I do like though
You're
is when a
sitting
girl
there, you're
slaps her
throwing-
own ass cheek and looks back at you.
Yeah,
like,
you're throwing dollars on, you're slipping $1 in. Like, good job, good work, nice effort.
So to bring it back, some things just do nothing for you. That movie did nothing for me, except for the head part, except for the big head part, Sputnik, that part. Did you tie it together, Spot? Were you able to find that clip?
Really?
You tuck the dollar bill. Like sometimes they'll just lay there and open up for you, and you just.
all right, we're over that.
On a Throwback Thursday,
creep.
Sorry, what?
I talked about Mike Myers and how I love him and how that clip really did nothing for me.
Is it hot here?
Like a woman who's being seductive, but you're feeling inside like, yeah, this really just isn't doing anything for me.
Yeah, a girl wearing elaborate lingerie doing a dance. Again, I'm with you. It's
And you
like,
said this girl, she did this whole performance, and I
was
said, was she playing Justify My Love?
Yeah, I was 22, 23 years old, and I was like, let's get it on. This girl's hot. And she's like, hold on a second. And she put on like some music, and she was like dancing behind a sheer curtain.
To make out with me.
Okay, Wayne.
Excellent.
Throwback Thursday. This is the girl Rich was with. No, not that one. It's coming up.
This is right here. There's Rich. This is my favorite right here.
It's the girl Rich was with.
It's not Prince.
Wow, look at the unit on that guy.
They were so good, dude. Oh, yeah. Throwback Thursday, Wayne and Garth. Yeah, that's the Mike Myers I love, bro.
I can get into
It's like 92-ish around there. And I honestly, I was way more creative than you give me credit for. As a kid, I took that video
yeah.
and I superimposed Barry was the silhouette. And then when it came out of the dark, it was Barry dancing.
That's
My buddy
funny.
Barry, we did that. I got it somewhere on VHS Spot. If you want to convert that for me, I appreciate that.
Sure.
Anyway, Throwback Thursday, there you have it. Sometimes certain things just don't do it for you. That's really the point of this whole discussion.
There are times though where lingerie or hot little outfits will absolutely do it for me. I'm saying the general art of
No, but you've been there though.
specifically at a strip club.
That's a good one.
Dancing on a pole.
Yeah.
Some girl doing a little dance behind like a sheer curtain on a bedpost. Like, to me, it's like, no.
Yeah, people get a big thrill out of that. I don't know. Doesn't do anything for me. Thank you, Gio. Thank you, Efrain.
Oh, you know what doesn't do it for me
Lonnie,
either?
what's up, Lonnie?
No.
What's up, Raul?
I don't
What's
know.
up? Look at all those minorities chiming in. What's up, minorities? Let's make it the majorities. What's up, guys? What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was actually going to say what you said. Minorities, let's make it the majorities. Is what I was going to say. You know what it was? You took the words out of my mouth, so
Appreciate
I really
it.
I was left not knowing what to say.
All right, well.
I was going to be like, minority, let's make it the majority. That's what I was going to say. You caught me in my words.
You like
By
that?
the way, do we all agree with Lonnie that the Jamie Lee Curtis scene in True Lies was very seductive?
I agree. That could be something.
Gave me a little stiff.
That could be something you could get into.
Did you see our buddy Steve Howie's creating a series based on True Lies?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Good for Steve Howie.
I did not see that.
Orale, Alejandro. So lots of shout outs to give, lots of things to get to, but we like to reminisce on Thursdays. Reminiscing's fun. Throwing it back. Got to tell you about my day yesterday. We got some random news. Maybe we'll touch on Kaepernick, maybe not. Who knows?
One thing I know we could disagree on, as far as things that don't do it for you. We're getting along so well today. I don't even want to go.
It's
there.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Fine.
I feel like not a little bit, but a lot of it when some girl just like ass clapping to me is in the same category of like doesn't really do it for me. When some girls just like, but not for like a second. Like when some girls just like bent over, like clapping her ass. I'm like,
look at it. Like it's skillful and appreciative.
but I don't get it.
Because
Same thing.
I just think it's nice. It's a gesture. Warms my heart spot. How about
I think
you?
ass clapping is in the same category as pole dancing and like it's
I
just
can
like
see how you feel that way.
it's like
Have you ever had a girl clap her cheeks for you?
Yeah, it's like wow, she really loves me.
It's nice.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I've never.
Sometimes
She just gave me a round of applause just for being here. This is great.
yeah, I don't know. I just think it's in the same category of like
Sometimes Kristen claps her cheeks for me.
I can't
Just
imagine that
any
in a million
jiggle's
years.
good jiggle. In my
Have you seen
opinion.
her cheeks?
Yeah, but your wife is the type to be like a rap diva, clapping her cheeks,
she's got
bent
cheek-
over like,
but she's
"Hey,
got-
Christian, get in here." Your wife is cut from the opposite cloth of a
got-
girl that claps her cheeks.
She's got clappable cheeks though.
She bends over and twerks and claps her cheeks in front of you.
I mean, it's happened like once or twice, just for fun.
I don't believe you.
Oh, no. Shall I produce a video of it?
Whoa!
I don't have one, but shall I?
No, but in my mind, like
Should I text her right now?
I'm
Hey,
sure you and your wife are very
you set
sexual and everything, but she doesn't seem cut from the cloth
you
of a girl that like was like, Christian, come here and bent.
It's always those ones you don't
Hey,
expect.
maybe
I know
you're right.
I know you're at the hospital right now, but can you set up a camera and clap your cheeks for me?
Can you picture Spot's wife, who's
Can you
very
convert
like
that to DVD, bro?
I don't know. You're the guy that says that, like you and your
Please film it on VHS.
you and your wife. You talk about how you have like sensual.
I put Barry's head over your body.
It's a great question. Are there other things that you're like, I don't get why people like this? Some people like this, I guess, but I don't.
When Sarah
get
gets
it.
home and she starts feeling better, I want you to ask her to clap her cheeks for you. Sarah's got cheeks.
Yeah, but
Cheeks for
my
weeks.
wife has
But she's not a.
my wife has the
She ain't no rap diva.
yeah, but my wife has also been known to be raunchy. We've talked for years about how Sarah and I are both like raunchy together, and we're both very sexual with each other. But we've also, and my wife's also done
know-
like bikini modeling for a living in her earlier in her 20s. So,
You don't know the dick slapping that's going on in my bedroom.
but what I'm saying, okay, fine, fair enough. I'm just saying, if you would have guessed, I don't think anyone would guess Kristen would be the type that would get naked, bend over, and ass clap in front of you. That just doesn't
It's
seem
always
like
the
she's-
quiet ones, bro. Come on, you've
does
heard
yoga.
that.
She's flexible.
Dude, I applaud you then if that's what you want. I just can't.
Do you applaud me with some ass
Imagine.
cheeks?
Can't imagine.
But
you
is
ass
there
clap
another
for me?
skill? This is because it's on the tip of my tongue, Rich, and it's like right there. There's another skill that the general public seems to be like, and every time I see it on a talent show or some shit, I'm like, who cares about that?
I'm thinking sexual stuff. I'm sorry.
But it could be
sorry.
anything.
Hang on. Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Really? Who
Yeah.
died? Somebody died?
Whoa. Ray Liotta.
Chantix. Wow, hometown hero.
Ray
That
Liotta,
sucks.
dead at 67. Chantix.
Chantix.
Wow.
Yeah.
He died while in the Dominican Republic, was shooting a movie and died in his sleep.
Wow.
67 years old.
Man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to change the mood.
No,
but
he's young, man.
That sucks.
He didn't look healthy though.
Oh, he had a lot of work done.
he had work
Weird.
done. I don't think it was necessarily about internal health. That being said, he obviously needed to quit smoking thanks to Chantix,
Chantix.
which is not good for you. But
Ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a gangster. Ah,
Hey.
sucks.
Damn.
How you doing, Hendry? Sad
Man.
news.
All right, back to
Especially,
the,
like I said, there's always been this vibe about Ray Liotta that he not made it out of Union. That's not it. But like, wow, someone who reached those heights came from my hometown, and people in my high school took a lot of pride in that. Even
Yeah.
though when he came to accept his Hall of Fame award in Union High, he was definitely on something. There's no question about
Yeah.
it.
Hey.
But what a legendary time he lived, because I can't say all his movies were slam dunks. I mean, I don't think Operation Dumbo Drop really hit the public the way Goodfellas did.
Yeah.
But the guy was young and opposite some of the best.
Oh, fuck, I forgot that I met Ray Liotta.
how did you forget you met?
He was
Ray
on
Liotta?
our show.
Yeah.
Chantix.
That up.
Chantix. Put that on the tier plus next week, Spot.
Yeah.
Sounds
Wow,
terrible. But
that
hey, if you want to reminisce,
sucks.
I'll reminisce too because I don't remember meeting him.
I remember
good
meeting
back
him.
I'll listen to tier plus and be like, hey, an interview with me, the guy I never knew I met.
Look, I even met him.
You know what's sad? For me personally,
You weren't there.
well, I interviewed him.
I mean, I'm just saying you weren't in the studio,
No.
so you didn't get a photo.
That is sad to me, actually.
Yeah.
when I think about how cool it was, because Goodfellas was the biggest movie out. I would talk about recently how Blood In, Blood Out was so quotable in my high school because it came out in 93. Goodfellas was, or any mobster movie growing up in New Jersey was, super quotable and beloved. And, he went to our high school, Ray Liotta. He lived in my hometown, like in my neighborhood. So it hit home and people embraced it even more and quoted it even more. He was inducted to the High School Hall of Fame while I attended there. So we all went to assembly and watched him, and he gave us a speech, and we all met him and everything when we were kids. My buddy, who was a superstar standout athlete, was the guy who interviewed him in front of the entire school. And he passed away recently. So both of those guys passed away. That video's on YouTube somewhere. I watched it recently. It was a really weird interaction. Sad to hear. Too young. And honestly, breakout role with De Niro, Pesci in one of the biggest Scorsese films of all time. It's amazing. And he was the lead guy. Props to him. Rest in peace. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Back to ass clapping.
No. We're talking about things that don't really do it for you.
Antics.
Or when people brag about, you're like, good for you.
I feel like there's...
Think about them. Things that people say or do, they brag about, and you're like, yeah, good for you. I got a couple. One has nothing to do with smut, and the other is smut related.
Smut. I want to hear the smut one first.
When a woman talks about how she could ride a dude.
Like, oh, I was
so funny you say that.
And in my mind, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Like a bicycle?
I'm no prude. I'm no hoe. But I've been with my fair share of good-looking, attractive women and sexual women. I've never, I don't know how to just say it other than, is that really a skill? Like a girl on top of you that knows how to bounce up and down in tempo with you? To me, I'm not impressed when someone's like, yeah, this girl could ride a guy.
You know what I just realized today? And it's so funny how the show writes itself. But I was thinking this on my way here. I was listening to 80s on 8 with Nina Blackwood, right?
Can I read your text?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Spot, you know the song by Pebbles? Do you want to ride in my Mercedes, boy?
Yeah, Mercedes boy by Pebbles.
It just dawned on me because she says, the things that I would do to you or some shit like that. And I'm like, she's talking about riding him in her Mercedes. As a kid, I thought she was picking him up, like, hey, on the side of the street. In my innocent mind, she's like, hey, do you want to ride my Mercedes?
I love this genre of 80s music.
She's saying, no, do you want to ride in my Mercedes, boy? And then she talks about the things I'm going to do to you.
You want to ride?
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm like,
it's about...
I'm like, Pebbles.
It's one of those weird things. Like, I get, there's some girls that are uncoordinated. That's really it. If a girl doesn't know tempo, a shitty song. I'd be like, next.
Yeah.
I would not.
Well, that's what I do when I hear Nina Blackwood's voice. All due respect.
It's all in the hips. I get it. There's a grind involved, but some guy that's like, yeah, she could ride. I'm like, it's fucking not difficult.
Ever had someone ride your
the
dick?
other thing is,
I guess you never been down with Chameleonaire, bro.
You
Riding
haven't had
dirty,
someone clap
bro.
their cheeks for you.
You're right.
haven't had someone ride your dick.
You don't
for
like hip hop sex, bro.
You're right.
Yeah, you need to get some hip hop.
Yeah, bro. You can't hang with the. You need like a nice.
You need to find yourself.
my experience
You need like a
level
rap
is
diva, bro.
Some hip hop sex.
You need
tricks.
some rap diva to set you straight.
Yeah, you need like Pebbles the model.
Yeah, you need like
you
Elkie
do.
the Stallion.
Elkie
bro.
the Stallion.
You guys nailed it. You know what? You're really nailing something here.
You need to be.
Oh, so
you
and
need
my
to be
other
in a rap
thing,
video or something.
not smut related,
She'll make
is
you her little donkey dog.
something
No,
non.
you know what? You know how I feel. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not smut related. I just remembered. Like when I see sword swallowing, or like old time, like
Oh,
That impresses me.
Like
I'm like I couldn't care less about that. I'm
like
like
Coney Island
who-
tricks?
Yeah, like Coney Island, like
Freak show
not
tricks.
that it wasn't respected in its time, but I'm like and it's 2022. I'm like I am not impressed by your Like, and I'm not impressed by that.
I think that's amazing.
No, dude,
I am.
I'm
like,
not.
like people
I am.
that swallow so much.
Along the same lines, I'm very impressed when some girl takes something monstrous up her ass in a porn, like huge anal
So
insertions.
that you like.
Like
we
if,
went from swallowing
like if there's
swords
some
to
girl that's
swallowing
like,
dick.
if some guy is like elbow deep fisting a girl's butt, I'm like, that's like, I mean, that's impressive. Oh, the thing that doesn't impress
Are you
me.
impressed by sword swallowing? Seriously.
Yes, I am actually.
You really are?
Because
I'm
I think it's,
not.
you know, it's a really just, it's someone that doesn't have a gag reflex, but they're also putting something sharp in their body that could kill them.
Like,
All right, fine, fair enough. What I am not impressed about, no matter how much you work out or this or anything, when someone talks about how much they could lift up or bench or squat, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter to me. What you look like and your general health to me is important. Like, if some fat guy is like, yeah, I can squat 490 pounds, I'm like, yeah, but you look like a slob, so who cares?
I keep seeing this stat on social media where it says only 1% of people can bench above like I think it's 235.
Can I tell you, did 315? That's my max.
And
That's
that
pretty
amazed
impressive,
me.
though. That's impressive.
I can't get above 135.
I was in college and I was beefy. And there's no way I could barely do 185 right now, let alone that kind of strength. That's
what's
strength.
a 45 and
That's
a
when I
25
really started
on? What's a
developing
45
strength.
and a 25 on each side?
45 plus
25.
25 is 70, so that's 140 plus 45, so that's 185.
Let me tell you this. It was
185 to
I don't
me.
want to
Gym
mislead
math.
anybody. It was either 305 or 315, to be honest. And my boy Donald Funk will back me up on it.
What's when you were juicing?
I never juiced in my life.
You took, what is it though?
Creatine is not juice.
No, the other thing.
Ephedrine.
Ephedrine is not juice.
It was a stimulant.
Yeah. But I was getting
I stick to
ripped.
dumbbells. I can't do. My arm's so fucked. I'm so upset.
But to me, it's like the older we get, I am like the amount of weight.
Same.
What
You don't
I
wanna
think-
hurt yourself.
Yeah, what I think is like,
Yeah.
oh, congratulations. All I think about is injury. Like our buddy Drew Mack, who like tore his bicep or pec, and someone else I know, like my other buddy was like, yeah, I'm like, oh, like I can't work out for 3 months. I tore something. I'm like, yo, I rather lift. No joke. I rather go there. I rather go there, put a 45 on each side, and just do light workout just to keep my girlish figure. I just want to do. I want to do curls with 20s and 25s. I want to do machines for shoulder press. I don't want any opportunity to be like, yo, Covino, guess what? I fucking tore my shoulder.
Or even throw your back out.
I don't
like,
need any of that shit.
You need slight progressive overload. Like you need to like slightly increase.
I think about that all the time. And I also think about
Like
if
you
someone
do-
asks me why I don't do more weight, how I'm going to pretend like I'm getting over some sort of injury. Nah, man, elbow injury.
You do
I'm
weight.
taking it easy. Take it easy right now.
You only
you know,
doing
still
you're only
recovering.
doing 40 pounds on the tricep
Yeah,
machine?
I got yeah, I tore my
Like right now, I'm
my
dealing with
elbow
something.
meniscus here.
Whatever this is?
That's
Whatever this is.
Yeah,
right?
my patella.
Well, your elbow pit.
It's,
No, whatever this is. I'm being serious. Whatever.
Yeah, my medulla oblongata. Yep.
Whatever that is.
This thing.
I'm hurt. It's hurt. Like I hurt myself. So like right now, I'm sort of.
I'm with you 1,000%. First off, I'm not that guy that ever gets off on. Oh, how much do you squat? Oh yeah. Oh, bring it. Oh.
I only bring that up. I only bring that up because our buddy Bobo at Fox Sports
Yeah, I couldn't get
is one of those guys who is like, yeah, I've been doing this. Like, what are you benching and squatting? I'm like, what am I benching and squatting? You know what I'm benching? I'm going on the machine and progressively putting it up until I'm like, oh, that hurts, and then I stop.
Yeah.
There's,
I'm lighter reps. I'm more reps lighter weight 100 times.
There's different schools of thought. There's three different. There's the toning, which is lightweight multiple reps. There's going to like pushing weight, going to failure, and then there's powerlifting, like one or two heavy things.
Yeah. I'm
in the middle.
I'm the 15 plus reps of a lighter weight and just staying toned enough.
For biceps, I usually do more reps lighter weight. Shoulders, I do more reps lighter weight. For like push movements, I do heavier, lower reps. And then
you know what sucks?
I don't
is
do
when
like-
you're-
Yeah, but now you sound like a gym nerd. Do you hear yourself? A couple years ago, you knew nothing. Now you know more than all of us.
knowledgeable.
He's like, when I'm doing this, I mean,
it's my I learned.
You know what I hate?
I learned from an expert.
I hate when the OCD kicks in and like I'm at 13 because I decided at 10 I got a few more left, but I'm at 13 and I'm pushing up and I'm pushing out, and I'm like, I can't stop at 13, but I know I'm done, but I got to get to 15. I can't end on 13 or 14. It has to be.
So what you're saying is you don't need a trainer, you just need OCD?
Yeah, because I have to end in increments of 5.
I do that with the stair climber,
Yeah.
or like any sort of cardio at the end. I have a time in mind, but if the song starts right before the fucking time, I have to finish the song.
That's so funny.
another sometimes it's like another 3 or 4
it gives
minutes.
you that push.
I agree though, as far as it's not.
Did you see what Andrew said about you?
It's not. I don't care. I don't want to
He
read.
said you like Taylor Swift sex.
I do love Taylor Swift.
Sound,
sex.
guys, it really does sound like that. I'm with you.
What's Taylor
Look at
Swift?
that. Rich never had great sex.
What's Taylor Swift?
Rashawn said that. What do you mean? It sounds like very basic sex to me. And I'm not saying I'm freaky
but that's
deaky.
contradicting. That's contradicting to everything this show's been about.
Contradicty.
That's contradicting everything this show's been about for the last 15 years. But okay, that's cool. Agree with Rich. Don't care how much you get sweat or bench. It's not the 90s in high school gym. I agree, and that's 100% Michael how I feel.
Okay, wait. I had a question for you.
Oh, and
that's serious.
on cardio though, my I wouldn't want to call it OCD because OCD is something more extreme. I'm sensitive.
I think
OCD
it's a
tendency.
It's an OCD tendency for
Your
sure.
OCD tendency, if I have to get to, on the left side, I got the distance, and on the right side, you got the calories, or the, what is it usually? Does it count calories on the? No, it's.
It will count calories burned on the.
On the elliptical or treadmill.
If you
press the button,
or if you like hold the heart rate things.
Well, anyway,
it'll calculate.
I will try to get it where they both line up to be like some type of even number.
I'll do
For
that
me,
too.
it's not even about odd or even. It's like increments of 5. Like you can't end a set on like 8.
So let me guess.
You gotta end it
Let me
on
guess.
10.
You're the type of guy whose TV remote needs to be on a number.
Oh yeah,
that makes you feel good.
Always, yeah.
Like your TV remote can't be on like 13.
Of course not.
Or 37.
No way. Dude,
okay.
if I'm brightening a photo, it can't be on like 12. It has to be on like 10 or you know what I mean? Like 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seriously. Well, anyway, thank you guys. Certain things just don't do it for you. That's how we got here. Certain things do. But certain things just don't line up. Like, Rich, you've never been with a lot of minority women. So maybe when you're seeing like Sally, trying to twerk and doing like
who's Sally?
Hip hop dance moves, it just doesn't resonate the right way. You know what I mean?
Are you saying I haven't been with a black girl is what you're saying?
Like Rashawn said.
Because I haven't been with a black woman?
In what you're saying.
This is what Rich thinks hip hop dancing is.
Yeah, because the things you don't like ass clapping.
There it is.
Twerking.
Oh yeah, she's dropping it.
She's very pretty, but very lanky.
She is very lanky.
Very lanky.
Awkward.
Cricket legs. But very pretty. Very talented.
Taylor Swift sex.
So
T Swift.
Juanita. Yeah, I forgot about Juanita.
Oh,
Rich.
Juanita was very
Did
exotic.
she twerk?
She was very exotic.
Great story.
What's odd about the girl Juanita Rich had a fling with is that she was white. That's
she was
even more weird about
she was a white, wasn't she Canadian?
Yes.
She was a white Canadian.
And her name was Juanita.
And her name was Juanita.
That's not exotic enough for you? I fucked a Canadian?
That's
not. I'm international, baby. That doesn't do anything for you.
Narsan's pretty exotic.
Yeah.
Hey, back to the gym.
Think of how many times you touch his penis.
Back to the gym. I want to give
point.
Rich, I think we pushed Rich too far here. Because he wants to say, I'm a sexual deviant.
No, that's not true.
So let me give him props. I want to give you props.
I don't.
No, I have this written down. This is already in the works. Yesterday I went to the gym. I've been really good at it.
Sorry.
I've been really sort of pushing it. I'm doing a balance of what Spot was saying. But I'm also doing what Rich says. I'm not there trying to show off and hurt myself. Definitely not. But I am pushing harder than I normally do, trying to make up for a lot of lost time, which I regret. We talked about that. And I'm also doing 28 SiriusXM shifts per payroll. How many do you do? Do you know?
Per payroll?
Mm-hmm. Per
month?
Time period. No. I'm doing 14 a week. So every 2 weeks, 28 shifts.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
That's a lot of shifts.
Yeah. Dude, I've been doing that for the past almost 2 months now. And again next week at SiriusXM. And I'm not complaining about that, just explaining. Do you know how many you do?
How many I do a week? Oh, that's
14 a week, 28 every pay period. You get paid every two weeks.
I do 5 Pop 2K.
Yeah.
I do 5 Pulse. I do a countdown on the Pulse. I do a countdown on Pop 2K, and I do Saturday on Hits 1. So 3. So I do 13. So I do 26 every 2 weeks.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I've been doing 28. That's not saying I'm doing more or it's better. What I'm getting at is that's a lot.
It is.
So when you factor in how I've been feeling, I've been hitting the gym. I've been doing 28 shifts a month for the past 2 months.
28 shifts, not a month. Less. 28 shifts every
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks.
You do you have to do a pay sheet?
Yeah. Want to rub it in? Part-time, remember?
No, but I'm saying like that's how they do it.
You get paid per shift. So I know I do 14 a week. 28 every 2 weeks.
Know what would bother me about that? Besides
Everything?
besides the fact that it's disrespectful to you, the fact that I would constantly be like,
it's work.
no, I would constantly be like, did they get it right? Because I feel we do one show a week at Fox, and I know the weeks we do like an extra fill in for like Dan Patrick or someone, I'm like, did they forget it? And then because you're always like a couple weeks behind on your paycheck, so that would aggravate me. I feel like every time if I were you, every time I'd be analyzing my pay stub.
It's 56 shifts a month that I've been pacing out for the past 2 months.
Damn.
56 shifts. 6-hour shifts. You talk 4 times an hour. You could do the math. Now, it's not swing and hammer. It's not.
You're not logging,
and it's not working at the factory.
You're not operating heavy machinery.
It's nothing like that. It's just very tedious. It's very. It's aggravating. It's frustrating.
It's there's different types of jobs, right? You could be digging ditches. You could be a plumber. You could be a construction worker. You could be a lawyer. You could be someone that, like my friend Christina, I feel like she lives on like Microsoft Excel and spreadsheets. And every time I'm like, that would be to me a nightmare. But what you and I do,
it's fun, but
it's not
like
hard.
exhausting.
It's mentally
draining.
It's mentally draining.
It's mentally draining. Okay, so this is about Rich, not about me. So we've been doing around the same amount of work.
Oh.
It really is. Between the gym, which I've been very dedicated to,
So hard. How do you do
and
it?
28 shifts every 2 weeks, 56 shifts a month, I am exhausted. I feel good. I'm exhausted.
Mentally exhausted.
Props to Rich. I don't know how he does it with
Thanks,
2
bud.
little rugrats,
Oh, thanks, bud.
right? 2 little rugrats.
He's
He's playing softball all the time. He's hitting the gym when he can.
And I'm a gardener.
He's gardening, and he's doing that amount of shifts. That's a lot, dude. It's really a lot. And Rich doesn't complain that much
I don't complain at all, really, about
about the shifts, even though I see him get really aggravated doing it. You know, it's a lot. It really, really is, man. I know that people work hard, and it's not about the hours, guys. I know you put in way more hours of work than we do. I get it. It's about the mental drain that comes along with what we do.
I've
It's just
worked
different, that's all.
in my life. I've worked a 9 to 5.
It's mentally exhausting.
I've worked a 9 to 5 job for 6 months in my life. And I'm not going to lie. There are pros and cons to it. The con is that you're sort of working from 8, 9 in the morning until, 5, 6 o'clock at night, and you're there all day.
Yeah.
That's the con.
Yeah.
You know what the pro is, though? When I worked at Sirius, there was a time, just if you want to throw it back on a Throwback Thursday.
What's the pro?
On a Throwback Thursday.
When you're done, you're kind of done.
Sort of a pro, but in between Z100 and the creation of Covino and Rich, there was a 6-month period. I know that the months too. It was May of 2004. So, hey, 18 years ago. May of 2004 until, because I just got a little thing in my SXM thing saying someone congratulated me. I'm like, for what? They're like, it's your 18-year anniversary. I'm like, oh, look at that. So
It's my 20-year anniversary. I didn't get any fucking email, as far as I know. If I did, I probably deleted it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
May of 2004 until November of 04 when
They congratulated you for 18 years? What a weird anniversary.
well, it's on like the intranet thing. So people were emailing me like, hey, I saw you on the intranet. From May of 04 until November of 04 when we got the deal like, all right, here's your contract. You're going to start Covino and Rich in December. So May to November is a 6-month period where I worked. I had to get there like 8, 9 in the morning, and I stayed till work was done, 5 or 6 or whatever, right? And I hated the long hours. But you know what what was sort of crazy? Like I guess you would say the mental workload was like minimal. Because it's like, I look around, I'm like, everyone here is just dilly-dallying most of the time.
Like Office Space. You
People
did
are...
an actual 15 minutes of
no,
work.
I mean, the reality is people cram, and this is not a knock at SXM, it's every company, because I've seen it everywhere. People cram about 2 hours of work into an 8 to 10 hour day. As the old joke goes.
Yeah, it was a long day, man.
Because you know what I do?
I would never trade what we do and the exhaustion that I feel for the longer ass day. No way.
No way, but you know what?
No way in the world. I'm very happy. I'm just letting you know that I've been walking in Rich's shoes, right? These summer Sperry's.
I was going to say his Sperry's.
His summer Sperry's.
I'm surprised he let you get a hold of those.
And in fact, the irony is I'm actually doing a lot more shifts, yet I'm part-time. But it's exhausting, guys. It really, really is. Mentally exhausting.
You know what? It's not only is it mentally exhausting, but the thing I did realize was that, and this is a long time ago, so it's hard for me to remember it, but I would have my responsibilities as like an office worker. And I remembered on the days where I came in like focus factor. I'm not even joking. I would have my workload done before lunch. And then the mistake is you tell people like, yeah, I'm doing my work. And they're like, oh, here's some more work.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the responsibilities that people get at a workplace are not, it's not 8 hours of work. It's like, here's an hour or so of work that you could sort of spread throughout your dilly-dallying. And that to me is relaxing. But again, you're killing the whole day.
Yeah, I would never want to kill the whole day, and I put way more props into what a lot of you do, working long ass days and actually breaking your ass and working hard.
Like John Lennon long ass days?
Long ass days like John Lennon. Like much more goes into that. I understand. So by no means am I trying to express that I'm working, these crazy long hours. I'm not. What I'm saying is mentally exhausting, and props to Rich, because with 2 kids and this show and Fox and everything else that we're doing, man, I don't, it's pretty impressive actually to still have his energy level. And now we're both bound to magic shoes where we got to get up and walk.
Right?
And, even that now, like, oh man, now I got to go walk another mile.
It's like, not only do some days I go to the gym for like an hour and a half.
Same.
And then I drive home, make myself breakfast, try and do a clip. And you can yell at me later. And then I have to go out for an hour and 20-minute walk. And then I have to come home. Or sometimes I have to teach yoga. Sometimes I have to spend time with my wife. It's just so taxing.
Yeah.
So that's the point. I appreciate you saying that. I don't like to complain. I do have a lot of energy though. So I feel like I have not only endless limits, but I feel like I have endless limits and endless energy.
Like, you guys think I'm on the right. You guys are on the left.
Long ass days.
By the way, if you're just joining us, we know Ray Liotta died. We acknowledged it, talked about it.
Don't worry, I put a poll in the
So
there, so everyone knows.
Exhausted, but feeling good. Not a complaint at all. I'm actually feeling so much better than I felt in a long time. So happy about that. The gym really does make a difference, and that leads me to my real story.
Oh, let's hear.
Yeah, the gym. It's kind of fun because you start remembering your old routines, muscle memory kicks in, but other things also kick in. And
by the way, you think Yoko clapped those little fucking cheeks in front of John Lennon?
John did.
Yeah, he was clapping cheeks.
John was clapping cheeks.
John Lennon's ass clap is like,
come over here, Yoko, I'll show you my little ass clap. That was my horrible John Lennon impression.
Imagine all the ass claps.
Imagine being the most famous Beatle and musician on planet Earth, and you choose Yoko
Running
Ono.
down my thighs.
Anyway, so I go in there, I do my workout, right? I look forward to back day because I really milk it.
Oh, I love back day.
Easy.
Back day's so easy.
I'm not pushing it at
Just a
all.
lot of pulling things.
Yes,
I'll pull.
I think I'm good. Do a few shoulder things.
I'll pull to my heart's content. Pushing, no thanks.
Anyway, at the end, what really, really motivates me, honestly, and I do this as a way in form of motivation. It's a little bit of, let me torture myself so that I can get a reward, right? That's how I operate a little bit. Like dangle a carrot.
You
Dangle
used to get that thing called the peanut buttery at the. It was like a peanut butter chocolate protein shake, and I remember you would work out just so that you could get your peanut buttery.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was
too.
that at Whole Foods or something? There was
Yeah.
when Covino and
Forgot
I would
that
work
routine.
out. Yeah,
That was
Covino,
great.
Covino would work out and then be like, "That was a great workout," and then he would get this peanut butter protein shake. It was called the peanut buttery, and you'd be like, "Yeah, baby."
Oh man, I missed that routine. That's when we used to do the bike class.
Yeah,
Bring, bring. I used to bring beat bike.
Beat bike.
I used to bring my own little bell and everything. But bring, bring. And we'd be working out. Tata would come every once in a while. But that's what I'm talking about. You remember your old routines, right? You're like, oh shit. Like I forgot that. But I got to tell you, it's the same feeling. I would look forward to that shake.
Yeah.
That would motivate me to the finish line because I look forward to that shake.
Peanut buttery, bro.
Yeah. Oh, bro, now I might have to go and get one today for old time's sake. I'm not even kidding.
No, don't do it.
Such a great memory.
No, don't do it.
I know. You're probably, it's too fattening, too much
too many
sugar or
sugar and
something.
carbs and this stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, he loved the
loved
fuck
it.
out of that.
I did. I forgot. And when I lived with my sister, you know why I forgot that too? It's a terrible, terrible time.
It was
in
when
my
you were
life.
living with your
I
sister.
was
You would
living with my
walk. You would
sister.
walk across the street.
I'd walk to
And
Whole
down the
Foods.
block,
That was
yeah.
my routine. I lived with my sister for a year and a half. It sucked. I mean, she was great. And my little nephew James loves me probably more than he should because of it. He probably remembers, and Steve used to live in that room. So they were great. I'm just saying for me personally, it sucked. And, my poor little daughter had to sleep with me in a fucking weird spare bedroom, a few nights a week because we were 50-50. But that was my old routine. Anyway, I'm back at my 24-hour fitness routine, and I go to the gym. I do my best. I'm listening to my music. But what really gets me to that final fucking step, and I always wrap up with sit-ups, right? And I'm just doing my best, bro.
Right.
I hate them. Like I got this weird routine.
It's your weird routine.
Want to know what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing 30 sit-ups. Then I do 10 side sit-ups on each side. So that's 50. Good for you. 3 sets of 50.
Wow.
And then I'm done, though. Then I'm done with no stopping. With no stopping, Spot.
what I've been-
Straight
Do
through.
you have an ab
'Cause I'm like,
workout spot?
I do. I have a couple different ones. So sometimes, depending on what I do in upper body, sometimes I'll do where I take a 30-pound medicine ball and I slam it down for 10 times. So I do a slam
that's
motion.
way more
and then
intense.
And then in between, I'll get on the floor and I'll do flutter kicks for the abs.
way more intense.
Can you do flutter kicks right now for everyone?
You won't see them. I'll be on the ground.
Man.
If I can lay on the table, maybe.
Just
And then
The thing is, I know that
where you lay back
if you don't
and
lose
just go
that
like
fat,
this.
it don't matter anyway. So diet is so important.
I also will sit on a medicine ball. Not a medicine ball. What is it? What are those balls called?
Old man balls?
butt plug.
Old man?
So the butt
Old
plug.
man?
I'll
Yeah,
sit on the butt plug.
Yeah.
And I'll lay back and balance myself, and then I'll crunch on the ball so it's a little bit more wobbly. And then I'll also do incline on the decline bench. I'll do like sit up.
Did you ever have one of those things, those infomercial like ab rollers?
Yeah, everyone did.
Everyone did.
Yeah.
I even had that.
What were they called? Ab rollers, right?
The ab roller, yeah.
You should wear your
used to
ab
do that
belt.
all the time. So anyway, I do the gym ab roller, the machine, the universal machine one, the one you lay on.
Of course.
Those are.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
hear those are bad for you.
Might be, but I do 30,
Yeah.
10, side, 10, another 30, 10, 10, and another 30, 10, 10. Anyway, who cares? My point is I torture myself because I know the finish line and I know it's this milkshake that I fucking love at the end. And the marketing and the dangling of the carrot is so great. And this is like marketing 101. You put all the candy. If you're at the supermarket, there's a reason you put the candy and the chips and the soda right there when you're in line next to the magazines. And
Time out. Interrupting your story just for something I saw online
Sure.
to think about later.
Yeah.
supermarkets.
Yeah.
Did I mention this before?
It's all strategic.
No. Did I mention
But
this?
it's all strategic.
That gum sales and magazine sales have plummeted because when you're standing in line at the grocery store, you no longer need the distraction because everyone's got one of these.
I bet you.
So
that's
they're
it.
saying that it used to be
self-checkout.
Self-checkout.
You're not sitting there as long.
Self-checkout combined with what you used to do this.
Oh, okay,
gum,
magazine.
Gum, magazine. Oh, look, Jennifer Aniston's dating who? Let me read
Oh, Baby Ruth.
But now, if there's 3 people in front of you, you're scrolling.
You're ignoring the Rolos.
So the strategy of gum and candy and those items like, oh, I might need some crazy glue. Like the little items they would put at checkout are no longer selling because the minute someone is bored, they're not looking at the gum rack. They're looking at their phone now, which is a disease we're going to talk about later.
It's a gum rack.
So I know without a doubt, when I say this, Jordan's going to like text me and be mad at me. I know it. She's like, I can't believe you do this. I know it. I can just feel it.
I can't wait.
Because at the end of not every, but almost every workout, and I told you, I've only, what day is it? The 26th?
Yeah.
I've gone 23 days this month, 24 days this month, right? So almost every day, but not every day. At the end of that workout, and I just did those sit-ups. Fuck those sit-ups.
Fuck those sit-ups.
I'm getting that shake.
Yeah, bro.
And it's that Lean Body white and red one. I don't know what brand that is. Lean Body white and red, 0 sugar, 46 grams of protein or something like that.
Lean Body?
It's Lean Body. It's red and white, but they got salted caramel. They got cookies and cream. They got mint chocolate, vanilla, banana. And I'm like,
I know what you're doing. Yeah, I know this one.
I think I could see the
and
font
it's probably
in my mind.
terrible.
It's like
for
a
me.
slanted font.
Yeah, it is.
A slanted
Yeah,
font
you know
in
Lean
red
Body.
that says
Lean
Lean Body.
Is that the
Lean
brand?
Body.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
brand, but there's a 0 sugar one spot, right? But get this. The strategery is so magnificent that I know I'm being duped, but I can't resist it. So my question is this, and I'll tell you, it's $6 for one of these.
That ain't worth it.
I know it's not, especially when I have protein.
Buy
Jordan's like your dad. Oh, we got ice cream at home.
Yeah, but Dad, I want Carvel.
Oh, well, I got Bria's at home.
Hey, Dad, I'm going to go get a bagel from my favorite Long Island bagel shop.
I just bought a Lenda's. We have Lenda's in the freezer.
But Dad, I don't want that. Dad, I'm going to go get pizza. We have
Jordan
Elio's.
is so that person where I'm like, I work hard and I want that and I want it now.
I think it's a waste.
We have a bag of protein at home. You know, like she's one of those, right? So, and I get it and she's right. $6 every time, that adds up. So I know I'm wrong, but I'm like, I earned it. I deserve it.
You do.
I crave it like a monster. And I'm like,
Like a Monster Energy drink?
no, but I love it.
No,
And
but I didn't.
right?
I mean,
So the question is, Rich, here's the question based
You
on my whole
deserve- you
story.
deserve it.
No. Is it truly a waste of money?
No.
If you really enjoy it, it's like your Starbucks, right? It's equivalent to that. If you really enjoy it, you can make coffee at home. But if you really enjoy it the way I enjoy the shake, and I hope it's doing something as far as giving me
well, it's replenishing your
Getting
protein,
enough
but it's also,
protein.
yeah,
I mean,
you like it. But you like it.
Let's say I go 4 times a week.
Aren't you supposed to
That's $24 a month times 4.
Yeah.
$4 a week times. So yeah, you'll spend $100 a month on it. Who
You're
cares?
supposed to consume.
Who cares?
Protein.
That's a waste of money.
Isn't it
dude.
within like an hour and a half after your workout? You're supposed to consume. You're supposed to consume up to 90 minutes before.
Well, you think
and
you're
an
doing
hour and a
something
half
good, but I got to tell you, that placement of you're leaving the gym, you're feeling a little pump, you're like a little exhausted, you need something in you now to drink. It's hard to resist for me. And I'm like, that's it. I'm such a sucker, I admit, for that I know I could go home and make my own shake, which I also enjoy, but it's not the same.
You gotta that's why the one we go to, Rich, it's set up perfectly. Yeah. It's on the other side of the counter.
I don't even see it.
You don't even need to walk by it. Like the one,
my 24-hour fitness, because we go to the same gym.
I go to all of them.
The West Hills one.
Fallbrook.
No, it's right. It's right there to the left by where the kids are. It's to the left when you're walking out. The freezer's to the left.
Oh, I know. I walk out the other staircase.
I
that's
go right
right.
up. I don't go
Spot-
out.
spot-
Even there, I'm a victim.
Not that Spot turned me onto it, but there's
You just come and go right
it's
to
a
the left.
Shinfo, but
Yeah.
our gym, there's
So
two
you avoid it.
there's 2 staircases.
I don't avoid it.
I used to think you had to walk down the hallway
By the
past
pool.
past the sauna, the
Yeah.
pool, the basketball court.
Yeah.
I used to go that way every time, and Spot said, "Well, I use the back staircase every time." I go, "Wait, the back?
I always left the back
Wait
door.
a minute, the back staircase." Boom, right there. So now I don't even pass the fucking refreshments.
Good one. I've never
avoid
even
it.
known that, and I still go to that gym too. That's the one I used to go to when I lived in Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
Which is where we are now. But the question I pose to you, the Carls,
They're very high in sodium. And
is it
cholesterol.
truly? Which I knew you
These
were going to say
not
that.
good for
Yeah,
you.
that's
And
why I don't
so
like
is
telling
Jordan.
people. That's why I don't like telling people
Oh,
those things.
Jordan's like, waste of money, and it's so high in sodium.
So not good for you. Look
Yeah,
at the stats
you know
on
what?
this.
It's like I said something the other day, and like
Like
Mercer or some know-it-all's like, oh, well, we'll check the sodium. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Stop
but
talking
I
to
do
me about
because
it.
I want to see the
Someone's
results.
trying
so.
to help you.
No,
Yeah.
it's like know-it-all behavior.
Guys,
You're
is it
being
truly,
a know-it-all by saying, "Oh, I don't care about sodium."
All right, ready? I'll give Rich another example. Is it truly a waste of money if
I don't-
you really enjoy it?
No, it's
Rich's
not.
little pampering back rub that he loves to talk about all the time.
Hi.
He goes to the mall and I said Asian man the other day. I'm like, I can't even say Asian man because it comes across racist. But they're all Asian. That's what they are.
It's true. You can.
I've been
It's
there.
like being like, I went to the diner and there was a Greek guy.
What? Why's it got to be Greek?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Every
sorry.
diner on earth is owned by.
know?
Probably, I would guess. What would you
Meant
think?
nothing by it.
90% of diners owned by Greek people on the East
It's
Coast.
like, going to a Mexican restaurant. Like, met the Mexican guy there. What are you,
What?
racist? Anyway, is it truly a waste of money if you really enjoy it? How much do you spend on those back rubs, dude?
On the back rubs?
Yeah. Because I know you enjoy those.
I used to go like weekly when
I
when I
know.
lived in Sherman Oaks. Now it's a treat. Now I go like maybe once a month or whatever, maybe twice. Is like 40 something, like $40.
He used to go every week
Yeah, I used to go every week.
for a little back rub because he felt he
Deserved
deserved
it.
it, and he enjoyed it. If you really enjoy it, is it a waste of money?
No,
And that's the
nothing
thing.
is
No,
a
but-
waste
but
of
here's
money
the
if
debate.
it's something you
Spot.
enjoy and you could afford it.
All right, well, all right, let's say Jordan was here. Like, that's a waste of money when we have it at home, right?
wasting your money?
I would say because I enjoy it.
Like it.
And that's like a never-ending circular debate.
No, it's an ending. It's a debate that ends with
No,
one phrase.
It really doesn't because,
I like it.
but it's a waste of money.
Hey, Jordan.
You have it at home.
Guess what?
It's not.
I like it.
It's really not. And I'm so torn on that all the time because instead of truly enjoying it, there's a little, there's a guilt that comes along with it because I know I'm being duped by the strategy and the strategery of placement and marketing. And I also feel like I am wasting money right now, but I love it.
Enjoyment outweighs the price for stuff like that. Kevin hit us up saying his mom used to get
Okay.
a Dunkin' Donuts coffee every morning and afternoon instead of getting her shitty office coffee. And
She enjoyed it more.
to me,
Yeah.
when we go to Fox, right? When we go to Fox on Sunday,
That coffee sucks.
the coffee
It does.
at Fox
We
isn't.
have that
It's not the
machine,
Keurig
and
cup.
I'm not
it's
a coffee snob, you
it's
know
not
that.
It's not the Keurig
Sucks.
cups. It's not like some other. It's not some the Starbucks machine. It's a
And it comes that
like
foam,
a pouch.
and that styrofoam cup. Oh,
Before
that
they
weak styrofoam cup. Fuck that cup.
before they renovated the kitchens in Sirius XM in New York, we had those. You remember that?
Yeah,
We had that same machine where it was the doo-doo pouches.
But
Doo-doo
when
pouch
I
machine.
go to Fox on Sundays,
Doo-doo pouch machine.
there's a Starbucks down the block.
You gotta
If I'm
swap
going to
that.
sit and chit chat with you guys about sports for 3 hours on Fox and be there, it's like, do I go for the cold brew that I want, or do I be like, let me make a shitty hot coffee in a styrofoam cup with you and fucking Bobo and Danny G? I'm like, no, fuck
You could
that.
argue it's part of your cost or expense because you're getting paid to do that and you want the proper fuel to do it. So it's like
How about I just enjoy it?
But
why is that a crime, right?
Of course I love a caramel macchiato from Starbucks, but I ain't spending money on that every day. I make coffee every morning.
Andrew said something profound. I agree.
I
He
could
said
stop on the way.
it's not a waste of money. It's a luxury. It's something
It's a
you feel you
luxury.
deserve, and it's nice. But of course, Jordan hit me right up, and she's right. But I like Rich. You don't want to hear it sometimes. Don't want to hear it.
Tell you don't want to hear it.
She goes, it's a waste of money when it's $36, which she's right, plus tax,
A week.
for an entire case of what cost
Oh, that's
$18
another
at
thing.
Costco.
That's another thing.
And she's so practical in that way where
Yeah.
I'm not.
What do you mean? You could buy a lean body?
Yeah, for half of it.
Oh, then why
She's
don't you do
probably
that?
right because I want it right there in that moment.
So why don't you
right
just bring
then, right
bring
there?
it with you to the gym?
And carry a little cooler with me the whole time.
He wants it cold.
It needs to be
Fucking
brisk.
right then and there,
Or-
bro.
or-
What is honestly? Not that I'm Mr. Big Shot or Mr. Big Time.
But why can't this guy get a
I can't just
fucking
fucking
protein
spend.
drink?
I'm breaking my ass, sweating in my sauna, fucking recording breaks all day. I can't get that fucking thing if I
You know what
want
you
it.
do? You know what you do? You bring it with you.
No, there's an arrogance that comes along with you. Like, yo, I want that. I deserve it. Fuck that.
You bring it with you, and then you swap it out when you're ready to drink it. You take the one from the cold fridge.
That's a good one.
And you just swap it out.
That's a good idea.
Oh, it's cold.
That's a good idea. It's not bad. But, you know,
don't think you're stealing,
the thing
but
is,
that's
she's
okay.
right. And I know she's right. And I could hear her voice, and I could hear me, you know, sucker. You're paying $6 for how many ounces is that?
Jordan?
$6,
All right,
you
Jordan,
fucking idiot.
Jordan
You
is
see this?
right.
She's
in
right.
one- She's
half the price at Costco.
She's right in one regard.
She's right.
She's right in the fact that if they sell that exact thing,
I'm sure they do.
like for instance, Cliff Bars, named after Cliff Huxtable or Cliff Floyd.
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Bars.
I can only think of Cliffs that I know. I can't think of any famous Cliffs.
Cliff from Cheers? Wasn't there a Cliff on Cheers?
Of course. When you go to the supermarket, whether it be Ralph's or Wegmans or ShopRite, King Cullen, a Cliff Bar most of the time is on sale for $1. Like here at Ralph's, I just know they're always like 10 for $10. So Cliff Bars are $1 each. So when I'm at a bodega and a Cliff Bar is like $3.49, I can't do it. I can't do it, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
in that moment. But Jordan's
practical
right. Like,
thinking, and then there's like this arrogant thinking that I feel in the moment of like, I don't care what it costs. I could afford it. I need it, and I want
And
it
you want
right
it.
now.
You want it.
And I enjoy it.
It's a
And I
luxury
gotta tell
for
you,
you.
one of my favorite parts of the day is when I leave that gym, and I open up that lean body, and I go down that escalator. I feel like Rain Man. I feel like Rain Man going down the escalator, and then I'm like. And I get every ounce of that shit out, and I walk through the breezeway to my car, and I love it. I'm feeling good. It's the best part of my day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I've earned that shit. I'm a sucker, but
I guess,
sucker.
you know,
the question is it truly a waste of money if you really enjoy it?
No.
The end.
There's
Think
factors
about
here.
it.
There's factors here. I think you'd rather Jordan be frugal than be a waster.
I wouldn't say frugal. I'd say, yeah, frugal is a good word, but
What do you mean?
she's
It's the
very
right word.
practical thinker. You know what I mean? Like, that's a perfect example. I could get you the same for $18 at Costco. You're an idiot. You know, and I you know, you do
Is it-
work
is
a
it-
lot.
is it
We-
your-
we-
is it
we
your
explain
answer,
how much you work and how exhausted you are. It's like, why do I want to waste my money? You know, but at the same time,
No,
I'm
I
like, yo, that's
get
what I'm
it.
working for because I enjoy it.
I don't know. Like the Starbucks example is a really universal one that I
relatable
think
one, yeah.
that I think most people could
Of course.
agree with.
Everybody
because
has their little treat.
I looked the other day. What was the number? All right, let me use my head. I'm gonna be. I saw.
It's a huge head.
No, I saw that clip.
Sputnik.
It's like Sputnik.
Who is it? The dude from.
Look at the gargantuan cranium.
Who's that dude that's really. It's a funny dude. He does that. I sent you the clip the other day. Let me use my head for this too.
Eric?
He does a clip about. You ever wake up one morning and think to yourself, "Hey, where's Tom Petty from?"
The guy that says, a pizza pie.
Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes.
Is it Pete Holmes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pete Holmes.
Pete Holmes does a funny comedy bit where he's like, you ever wake up one morning and you're like, yeah, I wonder where Tom Petty's from. And you immediately Google it. He does a whole bit about how back in the day, you would go in life days, weeks, however long, until you bumped into someone that might have like a Tom Petty shirt on. You're like, hey, excuse me, you know where Tom Petty's from? And you would have to seek out information before you had a phone and Google.
You don't even know if it's correct information.
And you don't know if yeah, exactly.
I mean, you still don't know, but you have a better idea.
So I think
Well, I think he's from.
I'm going to make up this stat because I think it's right, though. I think I saw that there are 35,000 Starbucks locations in the United States.
Sounds about right. I've seen
30
that moving graph a few times.
35,000 locations,
Mm-hmm.
which proves my point. I'm not the only one that likes to treat myself to a cup of coffee. I love, more than anything,
As of now.
a vanilla sweet cream cold brew. A cold brew with a little vanilla sweet cream in it. Yo, I don't care that it's $4.75 for the big one I get. I don't. To me, you could tell me all day, like what I'm drinking right now, to me, tastes like asshole. But I'm trying to be practical a little bit, because we're in our home studio. We have a coffee
There's
machine.
a feeling of you're an adult and you're gonna do what the fuck you want. There's that
Yeah.
feeling of like I'm not gonna. She's not She, as much as I love Jordan, she's not my fucking mom.
Yeah, she's
And
not my
I'm an
dad.
adult.
She's not my dad telling me.
dad.
She's not my dad telling me I can't get cotton candy at the circus.
Yeah, exactly. And I always got what I wanted anyway, so it's not some sort of like rebellion. Like, yeah, well, I grew up, my parents never bought me cotton candy, so I'm going to do what I want. I always got cotton candy.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite. So I'm going to continue getting my cotton candy. But there's a part of me that wants to be practical, which is why I don't do it every day. But I do it almost every day.
No one's stopping me from going to like the supermarket and going to the bakery area and just buying a cake for myself.
I thought about that.
I couldn't do that as a kid.
I saw a Carvel cake
I
at
could
Ralph's.
just go buy my own cake.
And I'm like, why don't people buy ice cream
right.
cakes just for the hell
I
of it?
fucking love ice cream cake.
I might do that for Memorial Day weekend.
Crunchies in between.
during
yeah.
Why
can't I do that and keep one in the freezer?
during like a binge eating moment I had like maybe like 6 months ago.
Can't wait to hear this.
I went to the supermarket. You know how like they sell big slices of cake and they put them in the little plastic things?
Yeah, they do
It's like
that.
a fucking big piece of like buttercream vanilla cake. And it was like $4.99 for a piece of cake. And I was like, fuck it. I want this right now. It was one piece of cake.
But it was $4.99 for a piece of cake, and then you look at the bakery, and it's only $6.99 for a whole cake.
So you might as well
What
get the
do
whole
you
cake.
do?
Appreciate the whole cake.
But let me tell you, these type of things, like last night, I think to myself all the time, if I question, that's expensive, should I get it? What do people, and I'm not balling by any means, but what do broke people think? Like, you know what I needed? I needed some type of healthy snack. So I was like, let me get some type of dark chocolate. And then I have like the dark chocolate bark.
Oh.
You know how it's like almost like a dark chocolate bark with some nuts in it?
Jordan used to say all the time with pretzels in it.
Yeah. Well, we should ask her where she gets the cheap shit because it's like $6.99 for like a little bag of it.
I'm sure. I guarantee you she gets a deal on that.
But the dark chocolate with the nuts or the pretzels in it is like $6.99 on sale for a little bag of it. Here, I'll be right back.
Hold on. She says Starbucks is not comparable. I'm getting feedback from Jordan. She says not comparable because you can't make identical Starbucks at home.
You sort of can.
Kind of, but she's making a point. Like I could make that shake or I can get that shake a lot cheaper.
Make a pretty mean
Apples
coffee.
to oranges. Your only options for Starbucks tasting coffee is Starbucks. You have multiple options for the same exact shake. And you were in crippling debt. I wasn't ever, so who's right? Well, although I have to be accountable, that was not my debt. Yeah, bark thins. Those are the ones. I have the same exact ones at home.
So two things I get.
And I have those walnuts.
So two things I get that are
almonds. I don't believe you.
Two things I get that are overpriced that I consider quote healthy snacks. So I want to give me one shot. No, they're like $1 each. Sorry. No. Bark thins. Dark chocolate, pretzels, and sea salt.
Oh, that sounds good.
Jordan needs
They're
to
fantastic.
It probably sucks. Those probably suck.
It's a healthier.
No,
I
that
guess it's
sounds
like
gross.
a healthier snack.
I don't
but
touch them.
Nah,
No
that sounds
joke?
gross.
I know I'll eat the whole bag.
like $8. And these were on sale yesterday, so I got two of them.
Paid $8 for this. I can't wait to tell you what Jordan paid for it. There's
I
no
think,
way
I think
she
like
paid $8.
$5.99 or $6.99. It's she's not going to pay $2 for this. It's
Jordan,
a premium brand.
I want to know what you pay for bark thins. I want to know now.
This the price is right.
Want to know?
And these were on sale yesterday, so I got two. They were two for $8, which is a deal.
They
So
hit the spot.
the skinny
Skinny
dip,
dip.
like the almonds with the
I like those.
yeah.
I had them
Yeah.
last night. Swear to God.
But like, so
But I get them in those little packs.
I
You
look
have
at
to-
this and I'm like $8, but
Oh,
then
I
I'm
love
thinking to
those.
myself like, hey, you want to try Spot?
Sure.
No, I want Spot to read the back so I can tell you how unhealthy they are.
No, I don't care.
Oh, here.
Dark chocolate's good.
There you go. But yeah, I'm with you. And Jordan's right, by the way, about her observation when I went to go grab this. If there's something you could get,
Hold on. I got some advice for you.
if there's something you could get,
Are they all shaped like dick balls?
no. If you could get, that's funny. If you could get a replica Starbucks at the house, which you can, because there's a barista and the equipment and everything. I can't get a cold brew pump in my house unless I wanted to,
Yum.
you know,
You can make your own cold brew.
but it's not the same, Spot.
It's not the same.
Jordan's saying that he could get. You're full of shit. My wife studied how to make a replica caramel macchiato, and she got close. Like Sarah did. Like
I bet you let her know it.
Barista Beach. Jordan says she didn't buy those. Her grandmother gave them to her. But you can get a huge bag of those at Costco for the same price as a small one.
okay, that
So
makes, yeah.
no, but that's
Yeah.
great, and that is something she would do, and sort of roll her eyes at me for wasting money on something like that. And again, I leave it to you guys, something to think about. Bring it up at the dinner tonight and at home. Is it truly a waste of money if you really do enjoy it, and you're in the moment. You're like, yeah, I don't care. I want it now.
Yeah.
Chocolatey.
It's good, right?
Chocolatey,
Fantastic.
crunchy.
Now the key is
salty.
if you want to be a healthy sucker, you're supposed to only have hold on.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Let's see, amount per serving. Oh, they don't tell you.
Bark thins.
But apparently this whole bag is like 4.5 servings, and I'm like 4.5 servings.
More like one.
You gotta pace yourself.
Or like one serving.
All right, buddies to bitch.
Pretzely.
I go to Costco. I told you for the $5 chickens and sweatpants.
But can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
I feel that being, as far as relationships are concerned, I do think that's a good balance because I don't let it not stop me. I don't let it stop me from getting what I want. But having a practical partner is good because you don't want.
So
I've been with someone who wasn't practical, right? And spent money on whatever the fuck they want. That's also like a terrible quality, I think. Ooh. So I'd rather be with a person who's gonna outthink me and save money and save their coupons and things like that. That means more. Like I appreciate that as well.
You went from someone that told you, let's shop at the most expensive store so we look cool, to the person looking for coupons.
It was never so we could look cool. It was like healthy.
Who goes to Whole Foods? Who goes to Whole Foods?
I mean,
rich people go to Whole Foods.
A lot of people. But it was never presented that way. So we could look cool. It was like
that's what it is.
Fresh.
We live in LA and we go to Whole Foods.
Yeah. Just expectations.
Yeah.
That's all.
Expectations.
But
Whole Foods.
It is a good balance because when I'll tell you something that gives me a slow roaster, takes me from 6 to midnight. Oh. If I go shopping with Jordan and I see the total, right? This is true. I swear to God on my life the other day. I'm at Ralph's, which is the supermarket here.
Oh, hey, Ralph.
And it said 190 something. Swear to God. And I'm like, as a guy, you're adding shit up and you're looking, 190 something, whatever. And don't get it twisted. She pays her way and she pays for lots of stuff, but I'm paying for the groceries here. And I'm like, 190 something. What do we even get for 190 something? She's looking at all the things. She's getting her coupons. She hits the button. It went to $80 something.
What?
Yeah.
191 to 80?
Whoa. To 90 something. 92 or something
What's
like that.
What's her secret?
What?
And
that's
when I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Be practical.
That's like our buddy Scotty B. Our buddy Scotty
when
B
she hits that little, she puts her number in, all the coupons, bam, and I saw it all tally up, and it was like half the price. I was like, that's what's up.
What show was our buddy Scotty B on?
Extreme Couponing.
He was on Extreme. Our buddy Scotty was on Extreme Couponing. He's a weirdo like this, but like in a good way.
Ralph's app has easy digital coupons.
Yep.
When you add your number, use the Ralph's app.
It's annoying that you have to.
And guys
add them,
aren't
though,
as
manually.
good. I don't want to stereotype and be sexist, but I don't think guys are as good at that shit. Some are. Scotty B. Props.
Mm-hmm.
But some women out there are like experts at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Truly a waste of money if you enjoy it.
Never.
Moving on.
Yeah. So think about that. What do you splurge on? And is it a waste if you like it? And I really think we need to send the message and end the conversation with, no, it's not a waste. If you like it, you live once. You think someone's on their deathbed saying, man, I should have passed up on those Starbucks for the homemade coffee.
Why do you disagree?
All right. So see this?
Yeah.
Filled with tea.
Spot's good at that.
Today.
Yeah, he does. He brings his own shit all the time. Yeah.
Filled with coffee.
Yeah.
This is probably like a $10 value, and it cost me 30 cents to make it home, and it's just as good. It brings me just as much joy.
Does it though?
It doesn't,
That's the question.
No, it doesn't bring me joy.
I don't think so.
There you go. There's
it
the answer.
It really brings you as much joy because it doesn't for me.
Yes.
Honestly, if I said, Spot, money wasn't an object, do you want me to go run to Starbucks or do you want to make your own coffee?
I have my coffee right here.
It doesn't. Then you know what?
Yeah, no.
Then you're a different man than me.
I enjoy that shake more than I do
There's
making my
something
own.
about. I mean, yeah, it's good every so often. Sometimes Starbucks tastes burnt to me, or it's too sweet.
Okay. Hey, we're different guys.
I have consistency. I pour my coffee.
There's nothing
and then
about
I pour my creamer, and I know it to the sweetness level exactly that I want.
Nothing about it. Nothing about it that would even be close in my mind. All right.
Jordan also wanted to make a point because this is her expertise, guys. So I apologize for bringing up Jordan 1,000 times. She's really, honestly, highly impressed at how good she is at this shit and how practical she is when it comes to correcting me on how I spend and things like that all the time. It's annoying, but she's got a point. She doesn't ever rarely uses paper coupons. So she's got to be better at it. I'm not good at it.
What's her expertise other than food shopping? You said this is like other items?
Items, costs, buying things on sale, saving money, being practical, not being wasteful. She's great at that. Where I'm not, it's not my concern. You know, I'm not concerned.
But should you let it be your concern?
No, but I'm glad she's concerned because if she wasn't, I would have paid $190 something on groceries. Instead, I paid $90.
Are you the guy that doesn't even like put your phone number in though?
No, I put my phone number in.
I was gonna say,
but that's not what she's doing. She's got a whole system going on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. No one on their deathbed is going to be like, man, I really wish I would have made homemade coffee.
Yeah, but you're also a guy living a really good life. Not everybody makes that kind of money. That's why I'm torn. It's like there's both sides. I never want to be in debt again, right? But I also want to do what I want. So thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Rashawn. Thank you, Casey. Something to think about.
Something to think about.
I actually am on Team Rich here. It's not a waste of money. I enjoy it. I enjoy it that much.
Yeah.
It's like, how much do you enjoy it? A lot, especially in that moment. And at the bottom of that shake, Rich, it's like a little foamy. You know, it's like the bottom of an Italian ice is like the good part.
I know what you're talking about.
The bottom of that shake, that square carton is like foamy, and I'm like squeezing it.
Someone wants to know what kind of car does Jordan drive? A 1978 Cabriolet. She's very practical. No.
A hybrid. I'll leave it at that. A Lexus, a nice one.
So she spends money on a car, not groceries.
She got a used car. And her mom it was one of the first conversations I had with her mom. Jordan put a lot of thought into that.
Jordan.
I was very proud of Jordan.
She looked through the papers.
She didn't. She bought it. It was a used car. So anyway.
She went through all the circulars.
Thank you, Kyle.
Circulars.
What are those things at the supermarket for the cars?
Like classifieds?
No, but it's like Auto Trader, like the things at the in the little bins.
Yep.
She got all the Auto Traders and found the right car.
On a side note, after the gym, like Spot said, I went and I did my magic shoe thing, trying to get some Solana, which is a cryptocurrency.
All about GST and
Solana.
BNB.
So I got my magic shoes going on. So does Rich, but I haven't missed a day since I started doing it. I don't know what I'm doing really, but I'm sort of getting the hang of it. Again, they're like NFT magical sneakers, kind of. And if you walk, you earn cryptocurrency.
I'm still trying to figure out. Like, where's when Spot's like, I made a lot of money walking today. I know he put more money into it, but it's still all reflective on the price of crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Solana's up or down, or certain cryptos are, like you could walk, Covino, you could walk miles and be like, I earned all this money. But if that day crypto's down, you then made nothing.
Spot, any updates on magic shoes? Because Kyle in Pennsylvania is interested. Well, I'll tell you this. There's a little crypto group
DM
they got going on our Covino and Rich listener pages. DM Spot for a code.
I have to do I keep saying this, and I'm the worst.
Give us the cliff notes of how it works for people who don't know what we're talking about.
So the cliff notes real quick. It's called STEPN, STEPN.
That's the app.
That's the app. STEPN. And you buy these NFT shoes that have attributes, and based on the attributes you have, you go out, you take them out for a walk. That connects to GPS through your phone. And as you walk, you burn energy and earn the in-game coin, which can be converted to get money back.
Right. So you buy these shoes with Solana, which is a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin.
Right. So you buy Solana. I bought it on
Ethereum
Coinbase
or any of that stuff.
You transfer it into the in-game app. The shoes are like vary in price from like 12 to Solana to like hundreds and thousands.
The value's in the shoes, right?
Yes, the values. So there's
and then the more you walk in those shoes, the more you make.
You can upgrade. You can mint 2 shoes to create a 3rd shoe. You can.
What does that mean, mint? I get it, what you just said, but can you explain that?
Minting in the NFT world, it's like you validate or something. I don't know. But you take a shoe.
It's like certifying them.
Yeah, like you have a shoe, you have another shoe, and you take those shoes and you throw money at them, and they create a third shoe. So now you have 3 shoes.
And people could essentially buy your shoe, right?
And then you could sell
because
your
it has
shoe.
the efficiency levels
Right, you
already
can sell
there.
your
I'm so confused and I'm in it. I mean, I bought a few shoes and every day I'm like, hey, Spot here, do. He's like, all right, you're going to repair and you're going to do this.
I've earned over like at least $500 just walking around, which I would have been doing anyway. That's the thing. You know, and
that's why I suggested it to you first, because I know I would always see on my watch.
But
when I say earned, meaning if I sold my Solana.
Yeah, but Solana, what did you buy your Solana for?
$46.
$46?
Yeah.
Oh, so then you're about even now.
No.
So you're up 500. Like, have you converted it back to Solana?
I haven't converted anything.
Okay.
Yeah, but if I wanted to.
That's the tricky part. You're earning, but you're also, to earn more, you have to reinvest your earnings. But eventually you get to a point where you've invested enough, where you're earning enough, where then you can just start cashing out. But up front, it takes a little bit of time to kind of get everything streamlined and working
Keeps
like a well-oiled
You know what I
machine.
think about it so far? Because it's kind of a game and there's strategy involved with like in a video game. Let's say you're playing a boxing video game, right? Or the hockey video game. It's a classic example on a Throwback Thursday. Nintendo Hockey. You were like, oh no, wasn't it Blades of Steel?
No,
you were like, do I want to be
no,
but there was a hockey game where you picked the level of I want to be fast.
No, it's Nintendo Hockey where you had to be skinny
fat.
No.
In Blades of Steel, I'm almost certain it's like you could pick like how fast you wanted to be.
Blades of Steel.
I know in Ring King, the boxing game Ring King, it's like, do I want to allot my points for strength, speed, or power?
Yeah. Like
right? And you balance it out properly. So there's strategy involved in how you want your shoes to be efficient to earn you money. So once you get that going, then you really got it.
So like I have here, there's actually a cool thing you can use online to figure out how you're going to address your shoe. It's the step-in guide, the calculator. So like right now I'm just about to figure this out. I have an uncommon jogger that is at level 15 and I have 5 daily energy. This is the shoe. It has sockets, so you can earn gems that you apply based on so like I can put an efficiency, let's say like an efficiency level.
But what does that even mean though? I'm being serious because I don't know what you're talking about. So I can promise you other people don't know what you're talking about.
Because that's what I'm saying. There's a game aspect to it. Oh, sorry. Hold on, please. Can I finish my point?
Yeah.
What I was saying is there's a game aspect that people really enjoy. I'm still getting the hang of that. For me, it's keeping me committed to taking that walk every day where sometimes, although I normally do, sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like it today. Now I'm like, yeah, I mean, I might as well. You know,
yeah,
so
but I'm saying he's saying words that I don't know what anyone, and
like
no one would know.
Like say you're playing Sonic, you're picking up coins along the way.
But he's like, I have these gems. What does that even mean?
You have to
It's
explain.
the game part of it.
It's the part of the game. It's a game. It's essentially you're what's it called? Not monetizing. You're gamifying. I don't know. Crypto. So
go to your shoe again. Okay. When you have those lock things, what does that mean?
Yeah, these are sockets. So you'll notice you have them. You have 4 sockets.
You have 3 diamonds and 1 empty socket.
Yeah, because I haven't gotten to that level yet.
But what does the new level
with
mean?
each 5 levels you unlock. So at level 5,
the higher
level
you
am
get,
I on?
though, the more efficient your shoes are, the more valuable they are, and the more you're earning.
And it also
But
matters.
what level are my shoes?
So every shoe,
intermediate. There's also like common shoes and uncommon. You got an uncommon shoe. I mean, you got a common shoe. Probably.
Every shoe, but you still have sockets. Every shoe. I know it's confusing.
It is confusing.
Every shoe
uncut jobs.
Every shoe
too. Don't get it twisted.
Has 4 sockets. And when you are buying a shoe, that's important because that's what I did for you guys. Yeah. You have to look at the sockets that it comes with because those sockets can improve your earnings. Like efficiency and resilience will improve your earnings. So like I have 3 efficiency things. This is my base stats. And then this little calculator tells me.
Wait, hold on.
But there's all these little things you don't know though, guys. If you walk every day, right, your shoe loses like
wear and tear.
Wear and tear. You have to invest more what you earned to repair your shoe so that your shoe is still efficient to earn more. So it costs to repair the shoe. It costs to boost your efficiency.
How do I know how much money I've earned?
Essentially, it costs more Solana to boost your power points.
How much GST do you have in your account?
So
GST is the little gray one with the boot?
Yeah.
Guys, to
11.
to dumb it down.
So you have about
If you're walking anyway, like I was and still am.
$33 saved right now.
So I made
I've read it-
$33 taking 2 walks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you're gonna earn more
if you sold it and if you converted it and sold
So
it.
what? My shoe?
And you're gonna earn more. No, you can convert your GST.
You can sell the shoe, but
If no one wants to buy my shoe, then I'm just stuck
GST's
with a
way
shoe.
down.
you're
Sorry.
stuck. That's your original investment, but you made $30-something. Get it? The shoes still have some sort of value.
Everything's way down today, by the way.
It's guys, it's confusing.
You've made like
I made about
$22.
like $500 if I sold it, where I wouldn't have made anything at all. So that's the way I look at it. I would have been walking, making nothing, but now I'm walking and I'm playing this game that I'm still trying to figure out. But I know I did make about $500, but a lot of that I put into the repair of the shoe, to the efficiency of the shoe, and things like that. So Magic shoes, it keeps you. If you're on the fence about taking a walk, you're going to take the walk. So it helps in that regard.
Yeah.
What's this number, Spot?
Steppen,
What's
STEPN,
what's-
and we give props to Spot and TSS Taylor and
TSS
Hanson
Taylor got
Gabe
me
and all,
into it.
yeah, all the people that
So
brought this up.
the shoe, I got 11 point something. So that means I've earned what you said, like $30. How'd you do that math?
There's a converter.
I did it in my brain because I know the price of GST today is low. But the price of GST.
GST is a crypto also?
Yes.
I thought it was in Solana.
No. You take the GST, you earn in GST, and then you convert GST to Solana, and then you get Solana in cash. You understand crypto. You know how it works.
GST is
191 today. It's low. It dropped.
it dropped 22% today. So all your earnings of your walks are gone.
That's why you have
It's
to,
like anything. It's like
you have
any
to-
22% in one day?
But that's any like investments
That's
go
why.
up and down.
But the price of Solana has remained pretty consistent, so you have to stay on top of it and convert your earnings. You transfer them to your wallet, trade them out, and you can cash them out if you want.
It's annoying. It's annoying. But you know,
But it's
hey,
a game.
If
It's-
anything, here, if I lose money, at least I gain steps. You know what I mean? At least like, he's keeping me on my
Right.
toes.
If I earn $5 going for a walk, as far as it pays for your shake. As far as I'm concerned, I made money.
Made
Doesn't
money,
matter.
and you know, I'm trying to stay healthy, man. Time's
Yeah.
flying. Oh, I had some crappy thoughts yesterday.
The hope is that eventually you recoup your original investment. That's all you can ask for. After that, everything's gravy.
Ricky Gervais was awesome. I watched Ricky Gervais last night. And by the way, if you have any questions and you want to be involved, you have to hit up Spot because you have to get a code.
Yeah.
So by all means, go ahead. And there's little groups on our Facebook page where people talk about this shit and everything. And
So
you know, it's
So maybe
if you're
each
walking
day-
or running anyway, I mean, you might as well. That's the point.
maybe each day I could walk enough to buy a cup of coffee.
There you go.
There it is.
Ricky Gervais.
That's all you can ask for.
After that, after the, you know what a great feeling is when you take like when you do your final moment of the night. My final thing is like when I do my last break for lithium or turbo, or when I know I'm done, you get in the shower, whatever you do. When I'm done, it's the best feeling ever. So I sit down and I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? Yankees already played. I watched the rest of the game. Props to the Celtics. We'll talk about that later. Saw a new special from Ricky Gervais on Netflix. And I know Rich has his thoughts, as do I, but he did bring up one point about how, like, he brought up something about getting old. I can't remember what the bit was, but getting old and how he doesn't believe in the afterlife or anything like that. He believes you just get old and we're all going to get there. But he said something that really hit me about we're all going to get there. Oh, he said something about...
I watched the Ricky Gervais and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, but he said something along the lines of just eat and drink as much as you want. Because what is that person that's not doing it going to get? What do you get, an extra 10 years? Those extra 10 years are going to suck anyway. He's like, I'd rather die at 80.
I disagree with that.
I know, but he's a comedy. It's comedy,
I
right?
know, but
So he's like, I'd rather die at 80, feeling kind of relatively okay and just living the way I live than living until 90. You see people at 90, how miserable they are and blah, blah, blah. He does this whole spiel. And for some reason in that moment, it really hit me that no matter what we do, no matter how many walks I take, no matter how much I push it at the gym, we're all going to get there.
Yeah. We're all going to be old.
We're all going to be old and we're all going to
die.
die. And it's fucking some shit we try so hard to ignore all the time. That's the beauty of sports and music and all these other distractions in our life.
Yeah.
Because when he said something, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it made me think that, wow, in the grand scheme of things, I'm still kind of young, but I'm going to get there. Because as fast as I got here, going to get there. I'm going to be like Papito ringing the bell. Bring, bring, bring. Ding, 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 ding. I'm going to be like, hey! My fedora in a wheelchair. I'm going to be some old fucking guy.
One day you look like,
hey,
one day
yesterday I was a young man at the gym buying a milkshake.
One day you look like Lalo. The next day you look like Hector.
Yeah, like fuck. It's the weakest.
Yeah. No way you see this.
I hate that.
I don't recommend you watch This Is Us.
No, I don't.
Because
hate
the characters on the show.
Yeah.
Much like how I connected to How I Met Your Mother, because the characters were living in New York City and they were my age, which I always thought was like probably one of the reasons I also connected more.
Mm-hmm.
They were New York City and they graduated in the late 90s. On This Is Us, the big three was born in the like 6 months after me in 1980.
Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, the big three.
LeBron, Bosh.
First it was me. And mom said, wee. The big three. Kate, Randall, and Kevin. They were born in early 1980.
What is the big three? Is that what you call them, or is that the public calls them?
That's what they're called, the big three.
Was that their
that's
the
what
show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And even when they do the flash forwards, like you said, like Sterling K. Brown and Justin Hartley and these guys, even when they age them to be older, they're aging them 10 years from now. And they're like, they get fucking getting old. And I'm like, yeah, they were our age. In 10 years from now, we're going to be in our 50s. Like, there's no escaping. And then you look back and, you know what? We have this unique ability.
I hate it, bro.
We have a unique ability that we've talked about before. And you can't argue me on this because it's a fact. We're really the first generation that has good footage of us growing up.
Good foot.
Like our parents and grandparents had like a couple black and white pictures like, yo, this is Dita's house in Mexico. And it's like a black and white photo of like blurry.
I don't know if I'm meant to be an old guy because I feel like youthful still. And I'm sure I'm not the exception.
I agree with
a lot of people
Carrie,
that feel youthful, but they're getting old and they're like, fuck, like it doesn't add up right in my brain because I don't feel like I'm getting older, but clearly we're all going to be old people.
I agree with Carrie Kuhnman. Future Kevin is pretty hot, but we're going to get older, and I think the unique perspective, and you could blame the devil known as social media for this. Our kids and grandkids and everyone are going to be able to see the path of our life where we were never able to see. Like we could joke about my dad, like, oh yeah, Greg was at Studio 54 dancing and partying. But guess what? There's not.
Me and Lalo used to tear up the dance floor.
But guess what? Guess what we don't have? Video or a ton of pictures of anyone raging and partying in the 70s and 60s. But guess what we do have? Videos and pictures and everything of us.
Isn't there that famous picture of your dad with Barry Gibb dancing in Studio 54 in New York City?
I mean, it's not a...
It was my Bee Gees phase.
It's a basic thought, but we are the first generation that's going to be able to look back clearer than anyone ever before. Because that's why our generation loves reminiscing so much. Because we're the first to be able to truly do it, right? What's your dad and mom and grandparents look back at? A couple black and white photos that someone has in an album? We're going to be able to be like, hey, Covino, how old are you? I'm 62. I'm 60. I'm about to be 60. Hey, Covino, yo, let's watch that video that Spot took when we were like 40 years younger. Your dad doesn't have video when he was a young man.
I've never seen video of my dad ever in my life.
So you do realize that we have a unique perspective, which is why this reminiscing and the nostalgia hits our generation so hard. Why do you think? You think by coincidence that shit works in media? All the reboots, everything. It's because our generation's the first that really embraced reminiscing to a new level. Our parents would be like, I remember when I was younger. That's great, Mom. No. We're like, I remember Saturday morning cartoons. I remember wrestling.
YouTube added a lot to that because you had your memories at your fingertips all of a sudden.
That's crazy because I have video of your dad.
You?
Yeah.
My dad was shaped and dressed just like that, bro.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding you. That's what I
Minus
said.
the mustache.
Yeah, reminds me of him. He used to wear funky shoes
Just
like that.
Just pretend you have video of your dad. It's John Travolta.
No, but
Dude, when I was a kid, you know how like when you're a kid, you really didn't have ownership of your own closet, kind of, because people just shoved their own storage shit, and you're just a little kid.
Yeah.
You didn't have much stuff.
in fact, like Ben's closet is like where Sarah keeps like her dresses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my closet growing up had all like my dad's weird shit in it.
Like 70s shit.
And I was like, what? He had, swear to God, those Pee Wee Herman white platform shoes. That shit was in my closet like my whole childhood, and like his disco suits and shit. So anyway, it hit me. But I got this to say. When I finally laid back and I was trying to watch some shit, I'm like, man, there's nothing. I'll try Ricky Gervais. I'm not a big Ricky Gervais fan. I don't hate the guy by any means either. But I never not liked him. I appreciated his wits about him, but I was never really a fan. Yo, he comes out so hard that Jordan was like, wow, he's really going there, huh? She's like, I think he's trying to get canceled. I'm like, you can't cancel this guy. I know who he is. I know what he's about.
You can't cancel the
I'm not
uncancelable.
I'm not new to Ricky Gervais, but man, is he the most fearless dude going? Like, we've all seen Chappelle, and we're like, oh, wow, he's going there. He's fearless, and he's making it funny. Great. Ricky Gervais does this about every possible hard-hitting social issue out there.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's great. You know, it's going to be polarizing, I think, for a lot of people.
He goes on and on about...
He talks about
women.
everything.
He goes on and on about...
He lost me at one point, but then he got me at the end again.
I would say his most controversial thing will probably be how he kept talking about how we just happen to accept the fact that women have penises.
That was hilarious.
It was
by the way.
hilarious.
And KCT backs us up. Guns a fucking blazing 5 minutes in. He comes out. When I tell you guys, there's a lot of social issues that we discuss all the time. The world is changing before our eyes, probably quicker than it ever has. And he comes out and addresses every single one of these things and puts his spin on it so masterfully. It's impressive. And you're like, holy shit. And only this guy could get away with it because he doesn't give a fuck. So, I mean, it's rude, it's crude, but it's comedy and it's funny. And I was just like, wow, man.
He defends Kevin Hart at one point.
Yeah.
He's like, think about like society changes.
Cancel culture, pronouns. I mean, he tackles everything.
He was he brings up a great point that we've already talked about, where it's like Kevin Hart was going to host the Academy Awards, and like 10 years ago he made a joke on social media, like, my son's playing with like girl toys. I hope he's not gay, and like a stupid tweet like that 10 years ago that he apologized for and took down. He goes, if you apologize and take it down, what more could you expect that person to do? What more? He goes, you might as well leave it up and own it, because you know, think about it. If you wrote some shit that is outdated, if you apologize and take it down and people are still not happy, then you might as well have just left it up.
So just something to watch. You might not appreciate all of it, but you gotta respect his balls in this one.
Gotta respect the balls.
Yeah, it's like, wow. So I went from like kind of bored to like, whoa, this guy is bringing it. I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
I was so shocked at how fearless, and I know that's who he is, but we've gotten so sensitive to see someone push it that hard on every issue. I was like, wow, bravo, my man.
It was fantastic. Ricky Gervais brought it.
But I'm telling you this though, Rich, be warned. What happened to John Mulaney just recently? He welcomed Dave Chappelle to his stage, and what happened? He got backlash for it. We live in a culture where if you're like, yo, that Ricky Gervais special was awesome, people might look at you and judge.
Oh, yeah, Covino heard me recording.
I heard Rich saying how much he loved it on Pop 2K. I'm like, his audience, that Pop 2K audience, I don't know if you should be admitting how much you loved it, because that's the same as John Mulaney saying, yeah, Dave Chappelle loved the guy. Like, I don't know.
Casey, I agree with Casey, who said the best quote of the special was, Ricky Gervais was talking about how You can't predict what's going to be offensive in the future.
Who's
right?
going to have the power?
Like you don't know who's going to have the power and who's going to be
who's going to control the narratives.
Spot something you say now that you think is harmless.
Right.
Could be offensive in 10 years. He goes, who could have thought 10 years ago saying, women don't have penises?
Imagine if you tweeted, you wouldn't have known.
If
imagine
10 years
if you
ago,
tweeted,
you're like,
women don't have penises. Like
10 years ago.
10 years ago, you would have never thought in a million years.
Like,
how could that offend anyone?
That would offend anybody.
Like boys have a penis and girls have a vagina? Like
if you wrote boys have a penis, girls have a vagina, the end. 10 years ago, that would be dug up and it's like, what are you? Transphobic? What type of fucking jerk are you, Spot? Because you don't know what's going to be offensive.
It's smart, it's hilarious, but he's also very vulgar too. So I bet my parents are like, oh, I wonder if we should watch. No, don't watch. He's vulgar as hell, but it's funny. He's just a funny guy. Funny dude.
And then, but he does talk about how he's not going to judge anyone on their beliefs, but he talks about how
talks about being an atheist.
He's an atheist and how it's just remarkable.
By the way, that almost, not that I'm super religious at all, but I do have faith. That's the promo they lead with, and it almost made me not want to watch it.
Agreed.
And that was really not
Boys
even.
have a penis, girls have a vagina.
That kid's canceled.
Cancel that kid.
So is Schwarzenegger. Get rid of him.
Thanks for the tip.
Thanks for the tip.
What were you going to say about his
That's not true,
atheism?
actually, kid.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you about 2022.
He just talks about how
everyone has penises.
We really...
now if they did them, you are incorrect.
You are incorrect. That's not true.
That's in the edit.
Boys have penises, girls have penises, boys have vaginas.
Anybody could have a penis.
could have a penis.
That's the 2022
the
re-edit.
penises and the things are just coming out of the bodies.
Go ahead, Rich. Sorry.
Oh, no, he was saying how I even forget my point.
Atheism.
Sorry.
You were talking about religion.
I forgot what he said.
Come on.
No, I forgot.
Do you want me to go back?
No.
Go back.
He said, oh, how we're also like we're pretty arrogant to think that like some people believe in reincarnation. He's like, no. Like you get this life. And he goes, then people think, oh, then I'll turn it to someone else. He's like, no, because that's them. And then he does some whole thing where he's like, he goes, you ever see these people that come back and they're like, oh, in a previous life, I was blank. He goes, I saw something special and 2 people said they used to be Napoleon. One of them's fucking lying. Like,
That was hilarious. Honestly, you know what was great too? This isn't giving anything away. He's like, he doesn't believe in like mythical things, you know. He doesn't believe in unicorns and shit like that, and doesn't believe in afterlives and all this other shit because he goes, because what's here and what's real is so miraculous. I believe in this. He goes, I believe in octopuses. He's like, they're amazing. Like, look at what's here on this earth. Like that's enough for him. So he put it in a way that's like, okay, I respect that, but worth the watch, but don't watch it with the kids or anyone sensitive.
Yeah, no, it was good though.
It was good. It was crafty. He's crafty. Chocolatey.
Hey, where's my piece?
Pretzely.
You want some bark?
If you're handing it out, you're gonna drop this shit.
Oh, you know, Spot, let's lighten it up with the dumbest question. We were talking about health and going to the gym and Covino eating his lean body shakes and stepping and making money on a NFT step-in crypto app. So let's go the complete opposite route. Let's talk about gross fast food. This was trending on Twitter today. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Billy Joel style.
Beautiful.
You know, full circle. If you buy on the McDonald's app, you get like a better price and things for free.
I 100% know this.
Oh, yeah. Jordan was telling me about it yesterday.
Did I tell her? Did she tell me? Someone told me. Not you, though.
Because
don't tell me you're with
can you get me McDonald's?
Yeah.
But she was going to order online. I'm like, I got it. I'm already here.
I think I might have been the person that told you because you didn't tell me because the McDonald's app is one of the, like right now. Right now, if you go to McDonald's app.
Yeah, you get like a free cookie or free dessert or some shit. Or you get a discounted price.
Right now, a free quarter pounder. Just no deal. Just a free quarter pounder. No
Free.
other purchase necessary.
I prefer to pounder the whole way.
Free 99, bro.
What else? Oh, you know what I always think their best deal always is They have like
I prefer a full pounder.
Oh, here we go. A couple days a week, they'll have a large fry for free. That's it. Like no purchase necessary if you're on the app. So McDonald's is really, I don't know if it's like a secret, but
if you like their fries, it's a nice little treat.
Yeah.
I'm being serious. Like it comes in handy for like one junk meal a week. But Spot, I sent you a picture that's trending on Twitter today. And it's 2 of these places will serve you free products for 1 year. And it's just a meme of a bunch of fast food logos.
Oh, this is tough.
Now think wisely, because while you might want to choose your tastiest, like you would think Rich, automatically Taco Bell would be one of your choices, but it would not, because Taco Bell is a nice treat.
Your asshole wouldn't appreciate that.
That doesn't do any trouble to my butthole. But I would say, what would you want that could be a reasonable, like, all right, I could eat this and actually not feel sick.
Like I might too. Yeah, picked it. I'm done.
I would say Chipotle for sure, because Chipotle has
Absolutely.
grilled food. You have burritos, burrito bowls, salad bowls.
Absolutely.
Chipotle is the automatic number one answer, because the other answer, it's like Wendy's, Burger King, Arby's, Pizza Hut, Jack in the Box.
Arby's, brother. You're gonna hate my number 2.
I would not pick Starbucks. Even though that would be the
always hated your number 2 spot.
The Starbucks is on the list, but you're right, that would be coffee, and I would love coffee for every day. So maybe it is Chipotle and Starbucks for me, but one of the chicken places, 'cause maybe you could get just a bunch of like grilled chicken.
You could get
my number 2.
that shit free for you. You'd be a fat pig.
My number 2.
No, but what if you didn't get the fried every time? What if you went to,
Which one?
I don't know. Go to the graphic again one more time. Chipotle's clearly the number one answer.
If you're not
Denny's, maybe
watching, it's Quiznos, Wendy's, Burger King, Subway, Sonic, McDonald's, Arby's, Chipotle, Starbucks, Jack in the Box, Pizza Hut, Denny's Taco Bell, KFC, Papa John's, and Popeyes.
Denny's is a sit-down place to me.
Maybe one of the sandwich spots, but then all of those cold cuts are sodium, and as Spot would say.
I'm not a fan of Arby's.
I think this is such an easy answer.
Chipotle and Subway?
For me, it's Chipotle.
What's Spot's number 2?
My number 2 is
We're gonna hate.
Is going to be Papa John's.
Oh.
Pizza?
You need pizza in your life.
But Papa John's isn't expensive, and how often would you have it?
But think about it.
But it's free, always.
No.
You're not having
Bad
pizza.
answer.
Pizza's more expensive than
No,
it
there
used
are
to be,
wrong
though.
answers. There are wrong answers.
No.
There are wrong
Pizza's a
answers,
good
because
answer.
Spot's going to want pizza once a week, so you've wasted one of your 2 choices.
You criticize my opinion. I would eat pizza every night.
Then you become a fat slob, and that's part of the equation. You don't want to become a fat slob.
I mean,
I would say Quiznos or Subway.
ain't
That way you
healthy
can get
either.
sandwiches for lunch. You're trying to say a Quiznos turkey sandwich is not as bad, is the same as a fucking pepperoni pizza?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, but you're
Cheese
going to get
sticks.
pizza once a week. You might use that more because you'll get
I think
sick
I'll
of
use it more
Chipotle.
weekly.
Oh, I would
You
get
know what I mean?
No, because Chipotle
you get sick of it all the
Rich
time.
eats Chipotle every day anyway.
Pizza, but you still get pizza once. Like I'm good for pizza once a week, so you know you're going to use that. And pizza's not as cheap as Rich is making it out to be.
$5.99 for a medium pizza at any of those places.
I never pay $5.99 when I fucking get takeout pizza ever. That shit's-
Then Jordan's right. You're fucking terrible at spending.
I'm not. Who's buying a fucking medium pizza, dude? You got 2 kids.
You buy medium
a wife.
pizzas. They're $5.99 each. You buy 3 medium pizzas, and it ends up being like $20.
I'm a large kind of guy. I'm a stuffed
I
crust
don't
large.
ever
Yeah, man,
spend
Jordan's right. You are a
$20
bozo.
at $20 at Papa John's. I don't fucking ever spent $20 at Papa John's.
What do you spend?
You're full of, as my mom would
He's
say,
the-
doggy do.
he's the guy that
You're-
doesn't-
It's 2022, dude. You're not spending $20.
What about like
on
extra,
fucking
like garlic
for your whole
sauce?
family?
You need
Yeah,
extra garlic
breadsticks.
sauce.
What are you
you're getting-
spending at Papa? Pizza's dirt cheap when you get fast food pizza.
It's not.
Are you guys both shitting me right now? Are you
I'm
guys
gonna
making
look up
eye
my
contact?
credit card, and last time I went to Marco's, it's equivalent to
Oh,
pizza.
no, it's
Papa
not.
John's.
Marco's and Papa John's are not the same.
All right, I'll look up Papa John's. I'll tell you last time how much I spent at Papa John's.
Chipotle and Starbucks are the value picks. Andrew Hart's 100% right.
I agree. That's my
Yeah.
answer.
Starbucks
Spot
and-
gave his.
Chipotle
Rich
and
gave, I agree
Starbucks.
with Rich. It's Chipotle and Starbucks because of health reasons and like
Value.
practical
Value.
and value. Yeah.
Domino's $8 for a large 3 topping, and they're $5.99 for medium pizzas. So you could get 3 medium pizzas. I got pizza for Emmy's birthday party. I got 8 pizzas for like all the little kids and everything. It's like $60.
I don't have any
$50
Papa John's transactions on my credit card. That doesn't seem right.
Christopher Frey. Now here's the thing: if you order 2 pizzas from the good spot, like Pie Face or Brooklyn Wagon or any of the good spots, 2 pizzas is $50. But if you order Papa John's,
Marco's is equivalent. It's not any high end. It's like Domino's, barely. Marco's Pizza, which is the equivalent, I'd say, to Papa John's. Do you say
love
that's far
Marco's.
off spot?
You love Marco's
It's
pizza.
closer.
Yeah.
My last 2 times there in the past 2 months, $47 and $37. It's not that cheap.
Insane. What did you get?
Pizza, breadsticks, and probably that's about it.
It's a lot, bro.
And my my bowl that I get.
Oh, that gross pizza bowl?
Pizza bowl. So that's fun. I agree with you though, Rich. The answer there is for multiple reasons. Starbucks and Chipotle. Spot, I see your answer. I don't agree with it, but I see it. If anyone else picked like Popeyes or something, like
Starbucks might be the best answer.
yeah.
Starbucks might be the right. I'll tell you why Starbucks is the best answer. I'll tell you why. Because
Kyle's saying terrible answer. You can't feed your family with cake pops and espresso.
he's a dummy. Starbucks, I'll tell you why. Because Starbucks is a great answer, and I'll tell you why. Because that would you're already buying Starbucks a couple days a week, and so you could guilt-free get expensive coffee every day. Because you have coffee every day of your life, right? So you're talking, this is something you would use 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Plus, they have that egg white turkey English muffin I love. They have the bacon, egg, and cheese.
I had one the other day, actually. It was great.
They have the bacon, egg, and cheese one. They have the pre-made sandwiches. They have the yogurt parfait cups. Starbucks is the number one answer now that I think about it. Starbucks or Chipotle?
But
if you choose something
you
else,
can't feed your family on it. That is a good point.
You can't feed your family.
Really? Feed your family with Starbucks? A breakfast meal.
You get 2 of these.
Oh.
Emmy, what do you want?
Dinner for Chipotle?
What Emmy could go to Starbucks and get the little milk or chocolate milk and a pumpkin loaf or the little bacon, egg, and cheese thing she likes. That's home run.
Well, hey,
Chipotle, you could get a
shove it
lettuce
up your ass and smoke on it,
you
guys.
You could get a salad bowl, a Chipotle bowl. I mean, come on, it's the best answer.
Well, think about it. Think about it. Shove it up your butt. Smoke on it. Bring it up.
The how do you pronounce that spot? My wife loves those. The sous vide, the sous vide egg bites. I don't like them, but Sarah loves them.
Yeah, I get them.
So you can get those.
Say sous vide. I say, can I get those egg bites?
Don't you guys sous vide like a
like,
pig call?
They're like, which ones, sir?
The sous vide.
Oh, the sous vide. I'm like, yeah, those right there.
Well, Casey, if you could replace Starbucks with Dunkin', there's your answer. But I agree. I think Chipotle, the cleanest of all the options, combined with Starbucks. All right, there you go. Dumb, stupid, fast food thing.
Hey, quick rando news. News, which is pretty rando. There's no sports news, just an update. It's not news, just an update. Celtics over the Heat last night, 93-80. So they're up 3-2. They play again on Friday, so it's a must-win for the Heat. And tonight, Warriors, Mavericks, must win for the Mavericks. Enjoy your NBA playoffs, everybody. And your hockey and whatever else you're
Maverick.
into. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm hearing it's great, though.
Lady Gaga on the soundtrack. A lot of people saying Tom Cruise is a vampire. Looks not that different than he looked 35 years ago.
How much does he run in this movie?
Probably a lot.
The trailer for the new Mission Impossible came out. He looks like ageless.
Good for him, man.
Good for him.
I saw an article about how as much as people shit on Tom Cruise because of the Scientology and that he's a weird guy, he's the fucking perfect definition of like a movie star.
Oh, yeah.
People go to his movies. They could say they don't like him. They could say they love him. But Tom Cruise is a movie star.
He still puts asses in the seat.
He's still like, you could say whatever you want about Tom Cruise. You know, a decade ago, he was jumping on Oprah's couch and calling Matt Lauer glib, and now Matt Lauer.
I know he's kept a level of mystique about him.
There's something about Tom Cruise that he is still a movie star.
I like
Mission Impossible, Top Gun. Like he just knows how to. He's old school in a way. Like he doesn't get involved.
Cool.
He doesn't get involved in social media and little gimmicks and stuff. He makes blockbuster movies a couple times a year, maybe once a year, and he's a movie star.
Very dedicated to his craft.
It's a good point.
Like is Tom Cruise fighting with someone on Twitter?
I was watching somebody the other day.
Is Tom Cruise doing some like random little cameo appearance anywhere? No. Tom Cruise is a movie star.
Who's comedy?
I love deep fake Tom Cruise.
Deep fake Tom Cruise is good. I was watching some comedian, somebody recently. Please help me, because a lot of us watch the same shit. And they were talking about how he always thought it was funny that in a Tom Cruise movie, they always zoom in and show a close up of his jaw muscles.
Oh,
and he's like, and I realized I never had any jaw muscles, and I could never be a movie star like Tom Cruise.
We see the same
every
things.
Tom Cruise movie. It had, I know what it was.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
I know what it was.
Because we watched the same stupid.
I know what it
shit.
was. I'll just tell you.
Hold on. Let me think for 10 seconds. Let me do the old school. Think about it.
Okay.
A comedian or someone on a video, a podcast, or a video show. Someone was talking about Tom Cruise and how they always do a close up of his jaw muscles and how he's handsome.
You want it?
I'm gonna poorly guess. I'm gonna say it was Sal from Impractical Jokers, but it wasn't.
It was David Letterman talking to Ryan Reynolds, I think, about being a movie star.
Yep.
And David Letterman made a really funny point, and it seemed like Ryan Reynolds
knew what he was talking about.
Knew exactly what he was talking about, which was kind of interesting because I could visualize it, but I never noticed it really. And it's so funny. You could totally see the director zooming in on Tom Cruise in an intense moment, and he's flexing his jaw muscles.
You know, it's
and David Letterman makes the point of like he never had jaw muscles, so he'd never be
to back it up. I mean, not that it's a good thing, but Tom Cruise doesn't even get involved in like social issues or anything. Like you don't even know his politics or anything. Tom Cruise is just a one-dimensional, and I'm not saying that
blueprint.
I'm not saying that in a negative way, but Tom Cruise is like a one-dimensional movie star. Guess where you're not going to see Tom Cruise? Doing a cameo on a TV show, doing more than necessary podcast or late night appearances. Tom Cruise is like, I'm just Tom Cruise.
Can I ask you something?
It's true.
It's Throwback Thursday, right? Spot, can you give me the image, the movie promotional image for The Outsiders? Do it for Johnny.
By the way, who's older, Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks? Kerry Kuhneman asked, and I'm thinking that's a good question because now I think we could probably figure it out.
The same age.
But if you were on a game show,
I bet you it's Tom Cruise.
If you were on a game show and they said, Covino, to move on to the next question, $25,000, who's older, Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks? Would you confidently answer the question or take your money? Don't look at feedback. Don't look at anything. Look at me.
I'd confidently take
Tom Cruise.
I'd confidently say
who's older?
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I think it's Hanks.
What's the answer?
I'm gonna confidently say they're both around 60. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna take my money and run. But I think Tom Cruise is. All right, let me guess. Tom Cruise is 58 and Tom Hanks is like 62.
Tom Cruise was in movies in the early 80s.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Tom Hanks was in movies in the late 80s.
Tom Cruise.
Okay.
That doesn't mean there
is 59 years old.
Oh, I was off by a year.
But turned 60 this year. He's
Okay, so I was a little young on Cruise.
Tom
Hanks is 62?
Is 65.
Oh, wow.
But turned 66 this year in July.
Okay.
And
So
their birthdays are like a week apart from each other. So
for fun,
they'll
just
turn a year older.
Entertain me
July.
before we get into the news. Pull up The Outsiders. It was the first big movie that Tom Cruise was a part of, right?
And him and his mangled teeth.
The cast was, his teeth are still off center. His teeth are still weird.
Yeah, his front two teeth are askew.
That's like a famous, like, sort of fun fact about Tom Cruise. When he smiles, his teeth aren't in the middle, like where his nose lined up. They're like way off.
Oh, yours are. Look at me.
Yours are center. My fucking mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, yours are center.
It's odd, but pull up a picture because clearly we just established something. I think that's pretty awesome. Tom Cruise is one of the only true movie stars around who followed some old school, keep the mystique about him, Hollywood blueprint.
Like you remember,
and it worked. Yeah. That's Tom Cruise, The Outsiders.
What's the tooth?
Johnny.
Those were his original teeth.
Yeah, he had fucked up teeth
before he got them fixed.
Yeah, but pull up a picture of the cast because my question is simple. It was a legendary cast as a kid growing up, loving this movie. You know, I loved the whole cast. I thought they were the epitome of cool, the epitome of cool. Every one of these dudes. I wanted to be like Ralph Macchio. I want to be like Johnny.
I feel like you still do.
Yeah, loved it. Right? This is pre-Karate Kid. After Tom Cruise, my question is, how do you rank him?
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's the next biggest movie star?
Rob Lowe.
No fucking way.
Rob
no
Lowe.
Way.
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe is
Rob
like
Lowe.
secondary.
Rob Lowe, then O'Connell.
No
No,
way.
O'Connell.
Swayze, dude.
Oh, where's Swayze?
No,
top
Rob Lowe.
left?
Then Emilio Estevez.
Oh my
Yes.
God, I can't believe we disagree so hard on
No,
this.
Rob Lowe's number one.
Then Matt Dillon.
Matt
Rob
Dillon.
Lowe has done jack diddly
Then
squat. He's remained popular
Swayze.
in pop culture, and he's been like
No.
deemed as a funny guy, but
we
he's
go.
never a
Ready?
lead guy.
Ready?
Rob Lowe's never a lead guy.
Look at it.
All right, Tom Cruise.
Okay, here we go.
I disagree
Number
with you.
1.
Yeah.
Number 2.
You're
out of your mind.
Number 3.
Who's
Hold
number 3
on.
spot? Who's 3?
That's
I'm saying
Emilio
movies.
Estevez.
No, Emilio Estevez is lower than Dylan.
What about Machio with his movies and his current fame?
Number
If you're going to
4.
include Rob Lowe because he's pop cultural relevant now.
Who's the other guy in the middle?
What do you mean who's the other guy?
You mean C. Thomas?
Oh, that the little guy?
C. Thomas Howell, he was in E.T.
Wait,
He's Pony Boy, he's
all
Soul
right,
Man.
I'm going to go
He was-
Cruise.
by the way, C. Thomas Howell, the guy, he's Pony Boy. He's the main character. So yeah, he's on. Unfortunately, on the bottom of the totem pole.
I'm going to go. Here's what I'm going to go. I'm going to go Cruise, Rob Lowe, Machio because of Cobra Kai. We got to remember
Machio?
he's been on
No, but
Spot.
over
He's
Dylan
been on
and
a
Estevez? No.
Yo, Matt Dillon
Estevez has
is a
done
movie star
nothing
too,
since
though.
Mighty Ducks.
Matt Dillon's a movie star, man.
Honestly,
Joe Vagani.
him doing Mighty Ducks
Dude,
was
Swayze is
equivalent
the
to Cobra
second
Kai.
biggest movie star there. You're out of your mind.
ready? Hanks.
Why? Because he did
Hanks.
Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing?
Hanks.
Ghost?
And Ghost.
Hanks. Oh, this is interesting. Hanks.
No, Hanks Cruise.
I'm sorry. My bad. Cruise.
Is by far.
When you got our body of work.
Yeah. All right. How are we judging this?
Body of work.
Body of work.
Body
Okay.
of work.
From time they started till
Body
current
of work.
day.
That's the best way to do it.
All right.
Throwback Thursday, Brainbuster.
Cruise.
Number 1. We all agree. Unanimous.
Swayze.
That's what I said.
Oh, wait. Let me finish.
Agreed.
Swayze.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Okay.
Body of work. Spock. I'm so torn on where I know where the rest go, but let me just talk this out. Cruise, Swayze. I then want to go. Don't interrupt me. I want to go Dylan, Machio, Estevez, the other guy. But I don't know where to put. I don't know where to. I don't know. But I don't know where to put Rob Lowe in that. So I've got Cruise, Swayze,
Cruise,
Rob
Swayze.
Lowe
Rob.
is
No,
above
Cruise,
Swayze.
Cruise, Swayze, Dylan, Machio, Estevez. I just don't know where now to put Rob
Do you
Lowe
have to
in
put
that
Rob Lowe
mix.
anywhere? Can't he just be deemed like too fucking handsome for his own good? That guy is like next level, still looks as handsome as could be. He's
So
like
where do you
60
put
years old.
Rob Lowe in my order? Because
Fuck
I feel
that
like
guy.
my order's right. Swayze had some bangers, bro. I'm not a huge Swayze fan, but you
Swayze's a
can't
movie-
deny
he
what
was a
he
movie.
was.
Point Break?
Star. He was a
Point
star.
Break.
Point Break.
Point
Ghost.
Break.
I mean, come on.
I put
He was a
Point Break.
movie star.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah, but he
What has he been in? I gotta
disappeared,
look up.
Swayze, Chippendales dancer.
Swayze, but he disappeared like in the early
Dude, he got
90s.
sick.
I know. So I would argue that his body of work is limited to like 4 movies. That's why.
Okay, hold on. Gabriel has a good one.
Low?
Wow. Hold on. Gabriel says Cruise, Swayze, Lowe, Dylan, Emilio, Machio, C. Thomas.
Machio had a comeback
I
with
think
the
Machio's-
show.
Machio's comeback put him over
We all
Emilio, I
agree,
think.
we all agree C. Thomas Howell's last.
See, Thomas Howell's
Okay,
last,
we
but
all agree.
He had
Emilio,
his day,
and Machio are tied for second to last. You got to decide: does the #1 show on Netflix for 4 years in a row bring Machio above Emilio, who hasn't done anything really since Mighty Ducks?
He's also like a director and producer.
It doesn't matter. No, that's not the question. We don't care about who's a director. Does Ralph Macchio's Cobra Kai comeback put him above Emilio Estevez?
Machio had Karate Kid.
Because Machio
He had
kind of disappeared
My
for
Cousin
like 20
Vinny.
years.
He had 3 Karate Kids.
My Cousin Vinny.
He had My Cousin Vinny. He had that movie he plays guitar. What's that
Yeah,
one?
Rob Lowe was on West Wing. Rob Lowe was a
Can you-
TV star for like he was on the
That doesn't
he was
impress
on
me.
Parks and Rec.
Doesn't impress me
He
either.
was on the show you love.
I love how
the West
he
Wing was one of the
reinvented
biggest
himself.
shows of the 2000s.
By the way, this goes back full circle. We talked early on about Mike Myers. Mike Myers is one of the first guys, Wayne and Garth, who brought Rob Lowe into that funny circle. Like, yeah, he's funny. Brought him in, and he became more of a funny guy.
Lowe's my number 2.
I can't believe it.
Dude, I'm looking at his.
Lowe's
I'm
and
looking at. I'm
Tommy
looking
Boy.
at Rob Lowe's Wikipedia,
He was
and
in
it's
Tommy
pretty.
Boy.
It's pretty shitty.
He was in Wayne's World.
No, but these are not.
I know. Dude, Rob Lowe, he's just too damn
He was
handsome
in
for his
all,
own
he was
good.
in all those handsome 80s movies. Wasn't he in
don't-
St. Elmo's Fire?
don't
He was
let
also
his
in
handsome
that
trick you.
that sex tape he put
He
out.
was on the sex tape.
Don't let his handsome fool you guys.
does- he
It's
does
not. Swayze's my
Atkins.
number 2, bro. Swayze's my number 2. But on a Throwback Thursday, it's a really good debate because we established this. Tom Cruise is number 1.
All right, of the
C. Thomas Howell, as much as I loved him too as a kid, I loved him in E.T. I
so
loved
we
him
agree.
in Soul Man. I loved him in this movie. Hey,
All right,
stay
where's
gold.
my
Hold on,
telestrator?
do you have your telestrator?
I was just about to do it.
All right, put a 1 next to Rob Lowe.
Hang on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Okay. So put a 1 next to Tom Cruise.
Rank The Outsiders. Do it for Johnny. Dude, Matt Dillon's a movie star, bro.
Wasn't Rob Lowe the bad guy in Tommy Boy too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I'll tell you what, until Cobra Kai came out, Ralph Macchio was second.
Second
to last.
So 1
Okay. So
for Cruise.
who's Cruise? 1?
Cruise is 1.
Cruise is obviously 1.
Obvious. Number 1.
7 is C.
7.
Thomas Howell.
Yep.
Thomas Howell.
2 is Swayze.
So then 3
All right.
is...
So wait. So 6 is Emilio or
No,
Macchio?
Macchio 6.
How could you say that, dude? He's so much more...
You're living in the.
you know
what
how
is
much?
it? You're a
You
prisoner
know
of
how
the
much
moment.
Netflix bank this guy's
you're a
made?
prisoner of the moment.
Emilio Estevez.
All right, give me Emilio
You're out of your
Estevez.
mind.
Other than Mighty Ducks and
I
other
disagree.
than Mighty Ducks, Spot.
I'm gonna pull up.
I disagree. I say pre Cobra Kai, Macchio's 6. Post Cobra Kai, Macchio's 5. Macchio's 5. That show is a monster, dude. It's going on season 5.
It's the biggest show on Netflix.
All right, here you ready? Oh, what about Stakeout and another Stakeout?
I love Emilio Estevez, but his IMDb is not great.
It's not.
All right, let's see. Apocalypse Now. Oh, he's Messenger Boy. The Outsiders. The Breakfast Club. St. Elmo's Fire. Young Guns. Young Guns 2. Men at Work. I love Mighty Ducks.
He had movies.
Stakeout. Judgment Night.
Judgment Night.
Okay,
was
you know what's
great.
fine. All right, fine. Let's go back.
Judgment Night was
Go
so
back.
good.
Go back to the picture.
I love Judgment Night.
Go back to the
But
picture.
hold on. I'm going to pull up Ralph Macchio.
No, it's fine. You don't need to. You don't need to. It's official.
Oh, Spot might be right.
All right, Spot. You
He
can
had all
convince us.
those Young Guns movies.
That's
I
part of the.
forgot.
That's part of the debate. All right, so now we go.
I'm going to stick with my original.
All right, so I like 1, 2, 6. So now 3, 4, 5 is up for debate.
I think
I got
Lois
Emilio.
3.
Yeah,
Lois,
Lowe's 3.
Lois easily 3. Lois
His
easily
TV
3.
career.
Yeah,
I didn't give
Lowe.
him credit.
Okay.
And then we can go Dylan.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Spot. You know what? Hey.
Man.
There it is.
There you go.
Lock it in.
Do you agree or disagree?
Lock it.
Lock it in.
Ranking the Outsiders on a
just
Throwback
because-
Thursday. Wow. Do it for Johnny.
Okay. There it is.
Dang.
That's a good one.
But Cruz is number 1, man.
That's a
oh
fun-
yeah,
that-
Emilio and the Breakfast Club too.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, when he said Breakfast Club, that's what made me.
Yeah.
I know the other
said
movies, but when he said
Breakfast Club.
I know, dummy. I just said when you said Breakfast Club, that put me over the edge. You convinced me with Breakfast Club.
Have you ever seen the movie Men at Work?
Yes,
It's great.
they're Garbage Men, right?
Yeah,
I remember that with
it's
him
him
and
and
Charlie
his-
Sheen.
him and his brother.
Him and his
Yeah.
brother work together. Yeah, that's a good movie.
And the guy's name who I always forget.
That was actually really. That's like one of those movies I watched with my grandfather.
Keith.
Black dude.
Yeah.
Keith.
The guy you saw play piano.
Yeah, he was. Can't put the Frank above the beans.
Keith.
I was gonna. He said Keith.
Keith. Definitely Keith.
It's Keith.
I know it's Keith.
It's not Keith
It's
David.
like Keith David.
Keith
That's it.
David.
Wow, that was tough, man. I think you're right though. I don't know, man. And the Macchio one thing's hurting me a little bit though. But
Yeah.
but you're right. Emilio Estevez had more
But
movies.
you know why though? You
Real
gotta look at
movies.
Macchio and say, other than, and listen, he was not the star of My Cousin Vinny. That was a Pesci movie, right? If he was just happened to be the guy. You got to put Macchio towards the bottom only because Daniel LaRusso is the take away that character, he's last on the list.
Yeah. Like, let me just pull up his.
Like Macchio's IMDb is like, yo, Daniel LaRusso or
Cubs
bust.
fan has said Macchio. He thinks Macchio's 3rd.
What?
That's what he
he's
said.
a prisoner of the moment. I agree. I mean,
he's
I
had a
love him
couple
now.
good
Hey,
things.
you know what's
but, like,
amazing about all those dudes though? I
Like,
mean,
here, this
rest in
is-
peace, Swayze. All those guys look really good.
This is it.
All of them.
Still,
Still.
My Cousin Vinny. This is it. And then he did a lot of television.
Ooh, for Johnny.
But, like,
Hey, on a side note, fun fact. while
nowhere
you're-
near what Estevez did.
Do you guys, on a Throwback Thursday, you guys remember House of Pain, right? I used to love House of Pain.
Of course.
Everlast. That's my name.
Jump around. Big hit.
Everlast. It was Everlast who went off to do his own Whitey Ford thing. Everlast became a singer-songwriter. DJ Lethal from House of Pain. I mean, Fred Durst shouts him out all the time. DJ Lethal! He's in Limp Bizkit. Always was. Danny Boy from House of Pain. This is really weird. He loved The Outsiders so much. The other dude, is it 65 or 55 Cadillac King?
I don't know.
Danny Boy.
How do I? If you don't know, how am I going to know?
Because which more classic, a 55 Cadillac or a 65 Cadillac?
55 Cadillac.
I'm the 55 Cadillac King. Danny Boy of House of Pain loved that movie so much that he bought the house where Swayze and C. Thomas Howell and Rob Lowe
Oh, wow. Tie it all
lived
together.
and made it a museum.
By the
So
way.
he made a museum out of the outsider's house where people come all the time because that movie's so nostalgic to their childhood.
It was 55. Yeah.
Because I'm the 55 Cadillac king.
60s were muscle cars. 50s were
There you go.
the classic, like.
So the house from the
Brands.
movie where they all convened and lived, congregated, that is now a museum owned by Danny Boy of House of Pain. So there you go on a Throwback Thursday fun fact. Real quick, in the other news, aside from Warriors and Mavs tonight, there's a funny clip I thought was really interesting. Made me respect the game a little more. But then again, Mike Tyson's older. The game and Mike Tyson arm wrestled.
Oh, I saw this. Yeah.
And I was shocked that the game kind of beat Mike Tyson.
Well, it's not boxing.
It was
It's
the
not
game
fighting.
on
It's arm
shrooms.
wrestling, and Mike
I just
Tyson's
didn't
old.
think he would have had any fucking shot at all. But the game, who was on mushrooms, and Mike Tyson was hotboxing. They arm wrestled on my podcast, and I think he had a joint in his mouth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I was smoking it up. It's the game. It was just a game to me. So they were arm wrestling, and the game kind of beat him, but they stopped midway. But I was impressed by that. And Kate Moss denies Johnny Depp. There you go. Look at that.
I'm gonna smoke you.
I'm gonna smoke you.
I'm smoking this joint.
Then I'm gonna quit.
I just
quit.
give up.
Nobody's gonna beat me.
No one can judge me because I didn't lose or win.
So
I'm strong.
Kate Moss denies that Johnny Depp pushed her down the stairs in her testimony in the Johnny Depp Amber Turd trial. Excuse me, a little gassy, like Freddie Blassie. So that's still going on, and that's my random news of the day. Shout out to, you got anything good?
No, I got a story that I think you'll find like, what?
Oh, okay, so let me just get my shout outs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Super Rare Shop, throwing it back on a Thursday, Smoking Joe Frazier.
You're a bad news anchor.
Why?
Because you wrap up the news without kicking it to your co-anchor for their stories. You wrap it up like,
I just did, but
like, let's go to weather, and it's
so
like, but I
rare
got
that you
the-
bring up a
And
news story,
finally
dude.
tonight.
And finally tonight, squirrels on water skis. It's like, but why?
That's rare.
I always have news. I just never get to it because you say that's the news. It's like,
All
okay.
right, you know what? I'm gonna make a note to kick it
to
my
me.
anchor.
Kick it
next.
to your anchor.
What's the proper way to do it?
What do you got there, Rich?
What do I say?
It's funny you should say, Steve. Today,
No, but I kick it over to my co-anchor, Rich Davis.
for the
right, so-
news, there's a story that Spot. Pull this up only because I skimmed it and I got to know the details a little more. I saw this right before we started the
Would
show
you skim
today.
more, this or your pool today?
I haven't skimmed my pool in a while. I feel like I'm done skimming my pool. I realized I pay a pool guy. Why am I skimming my pool?
Do you skim your pool in Skims?
Yes, Kim Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Twice a year there's a sale apparently. I think that's now.
Hit me. What am I looking at?
There's a guy that got a double hand transplant. Like a guy who's he got new hands. And I'm like, yo, if you could start transplanting hands,
Man,
it was in the New York Post.
Imagine how jerking off might feel for him now.
You got constant strangers going on.
Constant strangers.
What if you died and you donated your hands, and then your hands are now on someone else's penis?
Reno's got hamburger hands.
Yeah, I want to have a hand transplant. I want Aaron Judge's hands.
Some guy's gonna be like, some guy's gonna say, I need new hands. No, not those little hamburger ones. Did you have other ones? Do you have other options?
Double hand transplant. Space age
Check out my
stuff.
new water bottle, guys.
That's funny.
It's a 32 ounce.
Yo, man, Spot's
Man,
huge.
Spot's hands are gigantic.
It's a 32
I'm a
ounce.
giant, Kate.
It's a 32 ounce water bottle.
Wow, man. Look how big Spot's hands are with his
Man.
new hand transplant.
Man's double hand transplant is some space age stuff, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Well, there's a lot of nerves and tendons and things to connect in your hand, so I'm amazed at
But Spot,
this.
I cross my fingers for anyone that has any type of neurological,
Look at those meat hooks.
spinal appendage thing. Like Sarah does a lot of charity work with the Bonaconti Fund, which is spinal research for people that are paralyzed. And the Miami Project and a lot of these real big time organizations make such strides that I'm convinced in our lifetime, maybe our kids, if someone gets injured in an accident with the right money and resources, they will be able to walk again. They will. It's all a matter of that
Modern
field is
medicine.
progressing so much. So when you see something like this, modern medicine, when you see a guy's like, yo, my hands are done, and he got new hands. Spock, can you read a couple details? Because I'm like, something about like his hands were not functioning, and they gave him new hands.
All right, let's see. Man hands.
I know it's fiction, but in that movie, in that TV show, Upload.
But what if you imagine in our space age future, right? You needed hands.
I got Shaquille O'Neal's hands.
No,
big,
but you
all of a
got-
sudden, I had big black hands.
Black hands or like a woman's hands. Even worse. But
Dainty.
you're like, you can't be like, beggars can't be choosers. Like, these are the only pair we got.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
One little lady hand, one big black guy hand.
I'm sure they're donated. I'm sure they're. You can choose from a cadaver. I'm sure they try and be a little bit specific to your
Abracadaver.
How do you know? You don't know what they have in
He had
stock.
scleroderma, an autoimmune disease. It's
terrible.
Chris Rock better not make fun of it. That causes scarring of the skin and internal organs. A condition affected area of his nose, mouth, and hands. His fingers started curling until they were in the fist position, and he was in horrendous pain. Couldn't grab anything. So Professor Andrew Hart.
No
Look
way.
at that.
Consultant plastic surgeon.
Is that what our listener
from
Andrew
Glasgow.
Hart
That's
does?
what he does. He saved this guy's hands. Raised the possibility of a double hand transplant.
Well, let's give this
So
guy a
let's
hand.
see.
Yeah.
Wow. After the operation, he woke up and it was quite surreal. These hands are amazing. Everything has happened so quickly. He loves his new hands.
Listen,
giving him a
I've
new
always been
lease on life.
I've always been convinced that in our lifetime, maybe our kids, that from the research I've seen other people do, I've done zero research, but these people that are way into this next level stem cell type of stuff.
You're a fake titty expert, though.
I am a fake titty expert. I will say, the idea of someone that like loses a leg, I feel like they're close to being able to be like, we're growing you a new leg or we're transplanting a leg. Like it's not.
What if you get like phantom hand syndrome and all of a sudden you could do shit with your hands that you could never
All of
do
a sudden
before?
you're like, oh, there's a piano. Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yo, you're doing all these like.
What if all of a sudden you're like, where are my hands going? What's going on? What's going on? Ooh! Like,
Yeah, like, who knows? You're just grabbing ass cheeks. and
It's
you're
not
like,
me. It's the other. It's the hands.
I'm innocent.
And without a doubt, that is the best news of the day,
Wow.
hands down. Right?
Yeah, good one, yeah.
Cubs fan, good one.
Now let's give a few shout outs. Super Rare Shop, Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe, Throwback Thursday, Rockin' the Onyx, Rashawn, what's up? Bennett Garrett, 86. Good year for Rich. What's up, Bennett Garrett? Appreciate you. Aaron Domzalski. I think I shouted you out already, but thank you, Aaron. You're the guy. JC in Kentucky. Been a minute. What's up, pal? Parker Stevens. Thanks for all the feedback. Chris White Sox. What's going on?
Parker Stevens can't lose, right?
Can't lose. Yobi. Orale. What's up, Yobi?
And is it a little Chulabine?
It's Chulabine. Mike in Chicago. What's up, Mike? Mike in Chicago. I'm going to post this later, but yesterday I made reference to one of my favorite albums of all time was Chipmunk Punk. I wasn't kidding. I really loved that album. It really
He has it, right?
As a kid, it was like an introduction to rock music for me. For real. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's funny to say, but I really mean it. Chipmunk Punk was awesome. He's like, dude, I still got my Chipmunk Punk. I was like, for real, Dad? I was like the only kid that had that.
He has a decent vinyl collection.
Yeah, Mike in Chicago happened to have it, and shout out to him. Sent me a picture of it. But thank you, everybody. Paul Dimitrick, what's up, pal? Thanks for all your feedback, all your support.
Ooh, Paul Dimitrick brings up a great point to wrap up the hand story.
Wait, is this?
What if the
is
person?
this Chipmunk Punk?
Yeah, it's Chipmunk Punk.
What if you got your
That's
hands?
when they were black.
What if you got?
Oh, they're chipmunks.
What if you got your hands
Brown.
from a murderer, and all of a sudden they're like, your fingerprints, like
It's good sci-fi.
you murdered a family, and he's like, no, these are not my original hands. I'm innocent. I'm innocent.
Oh my God, right?
In the future,
Yeah, it's a good one.
it's a good one. That's right.
Jim Ramsey said, nice Parker Lewis Can't Lose reference.
I used to like that show.
It was a good show.
And I tell
Sunday
you,
nights.
right now,
On Fox, right?
right now, I probably couldn't make one reference to the show, and neither could you. But yet, I feel like in that
I
moment,
remember there was a watch involved.
yeah, I loved. I don't think I've ever loved something so much that I remember nothing about. I feel like Parker Lewis Can't Lose. There was probably a moment in my life where I'm like, I love Parker Lewis. Like there was something so cool. Spock, can you play the intro to end today's show?
He was like a cool, like Zach Morris type.
Yeah, it was like he was like a cool kid in school, and it was a primetime show. Parker Lewis Can't Lose was really cool, but again, the way you could remember
I don't remember
everything
shit
about
about it.
no, but I'm saying the same way you could remember everything about Who's the Boss, Perfect Strangers, Full House, Growing Pains, everything. I don't remember one thing about Parker Lewis.
Long run.
Maybe someone like thrown in a locker. Maybe
I just remember the guy. Remember the big guy with the jaw.
And wasn't it around the time? Didn't Daniel Stern have a show on TV around that time too?
When he rides a bike in the open. Yeah,
rides a bike. What show is that?
Where Daniel Stern rides a bike in the opening credits.
That's it. Yeah, that show. It was around that time, if I'm not mistaken. Throwback Thursday.
Is the intro?
Who wants more huevos rancheros?
Or is this like a...
Oh, wow.
Or do they change it every episode? It says this is the opening credits.
No. Oh, come on.
So 90s. They had synchronized swatches. Was that what it was?
There he is.
I said I remember a watch. I remember watches being involved.
Parker Lewis isn't as cool as I remember.
He's like you.
Don't use all the mouthwash. I forgot to gargle.
Corky Nemec. The show did not last. Maybe that's why.
don't
Someone said
remember
only
that at
26 episodes.
Wow.
Parker Lewis.
I remember it.
I guess he did lose.
Certainly didn't win.
When all said and done, he lost.
What was the one with? Come on, now you have to name that before we go. Use your head, and then we go. Time to call it a day.
What?
Name the show where he's riding a bike in the intro.
Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern's riding a bike or something.
I'll never remember. I'm looking it up. First one gets a high five. Daniel Stern.
Daniel Stern. There's something about Life Goes On.
No, that's
Corky.
with Corky.
Hold on, someone's calling you.
30, Third Rock from the Sun. No.
Nope.
Like, it was around the time where I was like not that
Joseph
interested.
Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern.
He was riding a bike, and it was like there was a theme song that we all knew too, because I feel like it was a song.
Yeah.
It was like a real song.
There's a movie. Let's see.
Maybe it's Mandela effect, and it didn't happen.
Never happened.
Yeah.
Breaking Away.
Nope.
No.
Daniel Stern.
He had a TV
Get
show.
a Life.
Get a Life.
Mark S gets a high five.
That's it. Mark S.
Look up the
guy.
intro of Get a Life, and
I don't
then
know if you Googled it or what, but you got it.
Yeah, Get a Life. That was again another not long-lived show, maybe.
But I remember it.
Yeah, riding a bike. Look at that. We were right. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Stand.
It's a stand.
See that?
We had something.
Something. That's funny.
Now it's
It's funny as hell. He's a grown man on a paper route.
It was Chris Elliott, not Daniel Stern. Is it or
that's
no? Or is that? Yeah. Is
Chris
it
Elliott. Yeah. I was picturing Daniel Stern. Chris Elliott. Wait, who the fuck is Chris Elliott then? Who's Chris Elliott? I forget.
What was the point? Did he live with like his parents, or is he like a loser? What was it again? I forget.
Wait, who's Chris Elliott? What did he do
The
again?
comedian. He was
You know
on,
what? Daniel Stern, Chris Elliott, and Tom Green, all the same guy to me.
Is it possible, by the way? I think Patrick hit us up. Is it possible that Parker Lewis Can't Lose and Get a Life were back to back on a network at the same time?
Why I connected.
You think that's why you connected? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were on around the same
This
time.
looks like the same street from Desperate Housewives.
My brain works,
Which is the Universal lot.
And
in a very weird way.
The Burbs.
Yeah, it's in Universal.
Yeah.
So there you have it. Some Throwback Thursday reminiscing.
Chris Elliott was something about Mary. The guy that's like, yeah, remember like the kid with the guy, guy who
Woogie.
broke out with like
Woogie.
high Woogie. He's had the warts on
You
his
ever had a whitehead on your eyeball?
Here's all people created from the same. What do they always say? They have the same energy, but the same something. What's the TikTok expression?
Oh, it's also Lily's dad on How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, really?
Lily's dad is Chris Elliott.
What is it? All these people are from the same. What do they say on TikTok? I'm surprised you don't know. Ready?
Like,
Hunter Pence, Daniel Stern, Tom Green, Chris Elliott.
Same spirit animal, same cut from the cloth. I don't know.
They're all the same spirit animal. There you go. All the same, in my opinion. There you go. Chris Elliott. Yes. That shit was funny for a minute. All right. Thank you, guys.
It's really flaming high now.
Good job. All right.
It's out of wax.
Now, I think that's the day.
Look up just for the fun of it. I know we got to go. It's the day. Chris Elliott on How I Met Your Mother, his gimmick that you would never know because you don't really watch the show. He was Lily's dad, and you know what his job was?
Not the same cloth, Eric B.
Look up
on TikTok. They use this really lame expression.
Look up Lily's dad's board games. Apparently, her dad's gimmick was that her dad was like a schemester, and he always tried to come up with board games that never worked.
Mm-hmm.
But they were always like funny. Like just see if there's like a clip of something like that was like the whole gimmick. Like her dad was like a shyster that she didn't really have much of a relationship with, but he was always trying to peddle some new board game he came up with. If there's a funny clip, if not, we'll just say farewell.
It's going to take me a minute, so let's just move on.
Okay, then we'll say goodbye. Have a great Thursday. Enjoy your Throwback Thursday. And enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Fox Sports Radio Sunday and Monday.
Yeah, we'll be on Monday, Memorial Day Monday.
And then back here Tuesday, right?
And back on Tuesday.
Oh, so we're not doing a show here Monday. That's right.
Yeah, because we're on Fox from noon to 4 West Coast. So 4 hours on Fox Sports Monday. And then Tuesday, back here on the Patreon.
Yeah, and we'll do some Behind the Velvet Rope over the weekend. So enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. We shout out the fallen troops, first mostly. We honor the men and women who served this country and lost their lives. Thank you. Party on their behalf. Sending love to Texas and Buffalo. Didn't forget Buffalo or any of these. Put it this way. Everything Steve Kerr said, we feel.
Yeah, thumbs up.
And
What'd that guy say? Did you just like essentially say like
what he said?
Put my name on the card.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, put my name. Yeah.
All right, what Steve Kerr
sweet.
said.
Yeah.
It's Janice's birthday at work. Yeah, put my name on the card.
Appreciate all the support. Hug your kids. Enjoy your extended weekend, and thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate you.
Like again, Sunday, Monday, both days on Fox. So hang out with us there. Free podcast. Share it with your friends, and then back here on Tuesday. Until then, arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Goodbye.
Bye.